Hello! Welcome to The Hook, and kind of the last formal day of The Hook because DMac is here, and he's out Tuesday and Wednesday, but he'll be back Thursday for the brand new show. DMac, you want to tell him what it's going to be called?
Big D Energy. Yeah, we're going to bring it to you. Myself, Joint Bell, and Mr. Neil Rule is going to be in charge of facilitating a little bit of the locker room talk, and when we're going to get behind, I guess if you were in the Red Wing locker room, you hear about the curtain. Scotty Bowman used to have the great curtain, but what goes on, a little bit of intricacy. So I'm excited. This isn't goodbye. Got a tribute at 420 for all my hookers out there for the last little while. But it's all part of life, all part of the journey. Sometimes things come to an end and other things open, and it's what it shows me is the growth of this network.
Yep.
Yeah.
With you guys, the audience. Woodward Sports Network is about the people and wouldn't be nothing without the people. So as you see, I'm excited. Ryan Armani and Braylon Edwards bringing in the bottom line from 2 to 4. Obviously, you guys in the morning would keep her cranking every day. So we got a lot of things planned. It's exciting as we are into August already, and it's time to revamp. But because of this, it's not an end. It's actually a new beginning, and everybody out there should be proud. And I want to say thank you on behalf of Maz, on behalf of Pilar, on behalf of Alex and Fish and Andrew and Jeff and Uncle Luke and everybody, everybody who's played a part in the Hook, because no matter what, here at Woodward, it's a family. It doesn't matter what show. And I think you guys prove that when we're out and about in like the next couple days. And I know Dennis Fithian, who's sat in, and I know Neil's done different things. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited. It's like reminds me of this network is growing just like all 4 sports teams downtown. So we're going to be out and about, starting to get out and about with the people, doing a bunch of different things with the sponsors, doing remotes and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. And I'm excited to go to 11 to 1. I get my golf life back. So
yeah, you could go golfing at like 2 p.m. every day now.
I will be. Yes. Yes.
And the way I like to look at it is, in pretty much your language, we're doing a line change. That's pretty much it. We've added a couple new players. A couple other players had to go on to some other things. And, you got to find out who plays best with who, do those different line changes. And I'm excited for who we're adding. I'm excited for who we're keeping. And I'm excited about where all these positions are going to be played. You and Joik with Neil, to me, is going to be great because I'm a fan, right? And I love the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain view that I'm going to be able to get, not only from a football perspective, but a hockey perspective. And Neil is just great at asking those questions for you guys, too. So I'm really looking forward to not only Big D Energy, which pause, but I'm also looking forward to
Big Detroit Energy.
Big Detroit Energy.
Just a bag of balls, baby. Just a bag of balls. Talk about them all.
Yeah, so this is kind of the last Hook show, and then we're moving on Thursday with our brand new programming right here on the Woodward Sports Network. And like we said, Ryan Armani and Braylon Edwards, they are going to have the bottom line 2 to 4. Big D Energy is going to be every day 11 to 1 right here on Woodward Sports, live streaming to all of our platforms. So let's get into it, man. The news of the day, Maz's news update. Brought to you by our people at MyBookie. Make sure you go to mybookie.com right now. Enter promo code Woodward when you sign up, and they will match your first deposit up to 50%. Summer League did not go the way everybody thought it was going to go last night. I mean, the Pistons were talking about being undefeated all the way through it, but they lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder 76-72. Granted, they're only playing 10-minute quarters, so that's why the scoring is a little bit lower. But Sadiq Bey led all scorers with 14 points. He had 12 rebounds, and in his pro debut, number 1 overall pick, Kade Cunningham, only had 12 points on 5 of 17 shooting. I like the volume that was there, but at the end of the day, 12 points is not going to get it done for Kade. He did fill up other stats, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. He's a facilitator, so he was definitely playing the game, but just not the way we thought he was going to come out like gangbusters.
He did all right. I don't think it was like terrible. He just wasn't I think what hurt is the fact that Jalen Green went the game right before this and put up 23 and went like 4 for 9 from 3 and 50% from field goals overall. But I mean, it's Summer League. It's his first time. I was on stream last night and people reminded me that Trae Young, his first ever Summer League game, he went 0 of 9 the entire game.
Yeah, listen, it's Summer League.
Yeah.
But, you know, when somebody is touted as the next LeBron James and the greatest prospect to come out since so-and-so, and, you know, they come out and put up 12 points, you're like, wait, did I miss something on that? But it's one game. They got a get-right game tomorrow against Houston, and we'll see if they can take on Jalen Green and shut him down, because that's really going to be the marquee matchup tomorrow night.
That's going to be, it's not primetime basketball, but I'm excited.
You know, like all you young, like, God dang it, go back to Iverson. It's practice. What are you looking for? The thing that I'm looking for is the things that I see, the pictures, the camaraderie. They're getting through. The fact what I saw right there last night is team that likes each other.
Right.
A team that wants to work together. Right now, they're like, be my friend, be my friend. Here, I'm going to do things that I'm not going to do when Dwayne Casey has me down. Right now, it's summer ball. It's go out there, have fun. This is the last time they'll be able to freewheel and everything. What I liked is that they communicated. They like each other, right? It's Kade Cunningham, can we not agree, is the guy Dwayne Casey's going to have to tell him, you need to do this, you need to do this more, and maybe handle the ball more, shoot more, whatever. Where Jalen Green's a guy where you're going to tell him not to do this, not to do this.
Right.
He's me, where Kade is us. So let it play out. That's what we need. So I saw great things last night. It's not about points. It's not about this. You look at the way that the guys like each other. That's a start.
Yeah, Kade was up on his feet, clapping, cheering the whole game.
That's
when Luka Garza
man.
hit a three, he was jacked for him. When Saban Lee drove to the lane, he was jacked for him. So, yeah, to your point,
and
he's
how
a
about
great
Luka
team player.
Garza coming in, hitting a three, defensive putback, stuff like these are guys that have the Detroit motor.
Right.
That's what we want. I don't care if Jalen Green wins every MVP. There's something to be said about Kade being invested in this community and the culture. And you watch, when we're talking about this, it's a guy you build around championships because he makes guys around him better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll find out tomorrow night, Summer League game, pick 1 versus pick 2. It'll be interesting to watch those guys go head to head.
No, I mean, get excited because
prize on the line.
We're getting excited about Summer League ball. I'm just saying that.
No, yeah, I'm pumped.
Be excited, keep it for what it is, but long-term stock, I mean, it's a joke.
What's up, Alex?
And if I could just add one thing for the people that are freaking out about, Kade Cunningham only dropping 12 points, 5 of 17 shooting, and looking at Jalen Green, the number 2 overall pick, dropping 23 points in his debut, is, the Rockets Summer League team, they really have no one outside of Jalen Green. I don't think they have Kevin Porter Jr. going for them. I don't think they have Tate. Maybe Andrew can back me up on this. I don't think they have Tate. So the Rockets really just said, Jalen Green, go. The ball is all yours. Go score. Whereas for the Pistons, they're trying to develop chemistry between their team. They're trying to get a chemistry going between Killian and Kade. They're trying to get Sekou to get going here in year 3. They got Luka Garza, who they're trying to see what value they got in a second-round pick.
Right,
so,
even Sekou got some good run last night, too.
Absolutely, yeah. Sekou played great defense. So it's one game. Please don't freak out.
Yeah, well, and Jalen Green's a scorer. He's going to score. Like, that's what he does. So, I'm with you. Don't freak out about it. But you would have liked our number 1 overall pick last night to come out and drop 30 on their heads.
Right, and I think he's going to see all this criticism and be like, okay, I'm playing the number 2 pick. I got to show out.
Yeah, exactly.
I would put money on Kade Cunningham putting at least 20 points up in game 2.
All right. Well, the Tigers fell to the Indians yesterday, 7-5, only picking up 1 win on their 3-game series with the Tribe. Derek Hill recorded a career home run number 1 yesterday to put the Tigers up early, and this is what that looked like.
It's nice to come up with something here.
25th pitch of the inning. Fly ball, deep left center field, has some carry, and it's gone! Derek Hill went over the yellow line.
Yeah, nice swing and hit there. It was a good game up until the 7th inning. Tigers let up a 2-run home run, and that was kind of curtains for the game. But overall, Detroit has an off day today. They will be starting a 3-game series with Baltimore tomorrow, and we're still on Miggy home run watch. So hopefully he gets 500. I don't care where he gets it, but I prefer it to be at home. But if he gets it on the road, I still got to watch history. So good luck to Miggy hitting his 500. And we got Casey Mize slated to start tomorrow as well. Tigers also locked up infielder Jonathan Schoop over the weekend. 2 more years, reportedly worth $15 million. A little less than Kevin Durant signed today for, but that's all right.
I wish his name was Shoop. Then I could have went Shoop.
Yeah, it's like scope. The 29-year-old has 18 home runs, 64 RBIs so far this season. And that is a wrap on the Tokyo Olympics. USA comes out on top. There was never a doubt. Leader in gold medals, leader in all the medals, because that's what we do here in the United States.
You see a couple just on that point. The women's volleyball got their first gold medal.
Yep.
And then did you see the end of the wrestling? The American who was down 7-5 got it to 7-6 with like time running out, like 3.5 seconds.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
able to 2-point. The
He
guy
took the back.
Got the back on him and got the 2-point win. Like how, like buzzer beater in wrestling. You don't really count that out at all. But if you get a chance to see it, we usually do the good, bad. That was my grade of the weekend. But congratulations to whatever else. The first time winning anything for the country. It seemed, right? First volleyball gold. I know for Canada, they got the first Olympic women's soccer gold. So, I mean, whether you're a fan or not, Fish, would you say, I'm going to go to you as my Olympic guru. Were you entertained by these? Were you happy with the Olympics?
Yeah, other than no crowd, it was the exact same. It was great competition, seeing the high jump. We had a controversial moment of the high jump in our studio with the two competitors sharing gold, which...
Boo.
I agree with it. You guys have no soul and don't. But we had some world
records. What if that would have been the difference maker in gold medal counts, though, and it was a split gold?
But didn't they both jump over 8 feet?
They did. They did. But still, we want to know who the best is.
Yeah, where you with that, DMac?
So, DMac, you're on my side then.
We're not from the participation trophy
era.
We're from you take more pride in finishing second, knowing you lost, giving it all, and it wasn't like that, than to sort of split it. But that's our mentality. Today's day and age, it's more, this is the participation mentality all grown up.
Yep.
Right? But that's not a participation trophy. They actually jumped.
It is.
They didn't just hand you a trophy when you walked in the door. They did. They jumped.
Decide who was the winner.
Fish, you got to break it down to what I'm saying is I'm not saying you're taking it too literally. What I'm saying is that in my kids... Right? If you're 25 or under, I'm just going to say, when you started playing sports, they started handing out trophies for participation. When I was a kid, you either won or lost. I looked at my uncle's room when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old and asked him, wow, why you got all these trophies? Can I have one? And he said, I can give you one, but if you earn one, it'll mean more. Boom.
That's true.
Click like that.
That's crazy.
So the fact is, did you, and here's the thing, 2021, the way that it is, if these two competitors felt enough to share it, that's theirs. We're not saying that. We're saying that when we grew up, if this was an older dude our age, it would have never gone down. But the way that society, technology, the internet, everything, if you say for me, softer society, sports, this is the product of it. So the fact that guys sticking our age would never have had a conversation about sharing the gold.
No.
The fact this is where, I commend you because you sit in this chair and it's all about the why. The why is this is the product of 20 years of participation trophies. So, congratulations.
Right.
Who cares? But Stick and I, that would never happen.
Not flying. Let's get to this day in sports. 1992, the Dream Team wins the gold medal over Croatia. We don't need to play that video because I don't want the Olympics to crush us for that. And in 2009, the epic fake punt TD in the Hall of Fame game. You got that video ready to rock?
We'll have it for you next hour.
I got it for us next hour?
I got two also.
Well, we got to take a break, so you want to get back to that?
I just wanted to tell you today, 3 years ago, Wayne Gretzky was traded from Edmonton to L.A., and also Chris Jericho debuted 22 years ago on Raw.
I love that. Just a shout out to Chris Jericho. And speaking of participation trophies, last night was all about the gold jacket and the men who earned their spot into the Hall of Fame. Not splitting spots in the Hall of Fame. They went in because of their individual accolades, and we'll talk about Calvin Johnson and everybody else next, right here on The Hook.
cooling industry. Learn more by visiting northwesterntech.edu.
Nailed it. 10.5-month program. Good job.
Thanks.
Killing it, easy. So yesterday, obviously the biggest news in Detroit, Calvin Johnson, Megatron, our baby here in the city, made it into the Hall of Fame. The introductory speech that he gave was absolutely amazing. He thanked his family, he thanked his friends, he thanked his teammates. Some people were kind of weird that he didn't like single out Matthew Stafford and a couple other people, but if you understand what happened with the Hall of Fame this year, they only gave these guys 6 minutes. And 6 minutes to recap an entire Hall of Fame career is almost unfair. Because if you spend 2 minutes, commenting on the people you want to thank, and then you spend 2 minutes kind of recapping your career, there's no time
no
left.
motivation story,
Right.
I mean, Peyton Manning was able to talk his dream into reality and stuff, but you got to really think out what's important to you. And I thought everybody, from Charles Woodson to Peyton Manning to everybody got their points across what was important to them, including Calvin.
Yeah, Calvin, he didn't mention the Lions, really. He mentioned Lions fans, and he mentioned the city of Detroit, which I thought was awesome. And it's cool how he can compartmentalize those things. Like, all right, I'm still mad at the organization, but I'll never be mad at the fans. And here's what he had to say about just everything that went on in Detroit with the fans.
Lions fans in the city of Detroit, when we were 0-16, you never stopped showing up. You were disappointed, but you never stopped showing up. Every week you showed up. And this has motivated me to do the same thing for you. You love me and my family unconditionally over these 15 years. I want you to know, Michigan is our home, Detroit is our city, and Lions fans are our
Love it.
It means so much to like a city like ours. Like we take so much like pride, in everything that's Detroit or Michigan. Like anytime I'm looking at anything national, whether it's a commercial, like a movie or anything like that, if Michigan's mentioned or like a city in Michigan or Detroit, like you get so pumped. You're like, oh, I've been there, Petoskey, or you know what I'm saying? Like, and for Calvin Johnson to say that, like now a Hall of Famer, who's not from here, he's from the Georgia State where it doesn't snow. You know what I'm saying? It's just warm all the time. He had so much money, he could live anywhere in the world, and guess what he's calling his home? Here in Michigan, just like Darren McCarty did too.
No, but here's the point. It's easy when you're a winner to call it home.
Yeah.
Right? And stuff like this. I mean, the fact that I'm from the area, but the fact it's a lot easier to walk around with 4 cups.
Yeah.
The fact that you have, right, the second greatest player in your history next to Barry Sanders, a guy that went through probably crappier years than Barry did. The fact that he went through the 016, but the fact that he played through the pain that he did, that people don't even know that if he had his way, he was probably going to retire 3 years previous.
Well,
but because
crazy.
of the fans and the city and the fact that he stays and the fact of whatever, because what's important to him even more, right, are the people. This is how you make an impact, and this is why I'm proud to call Calvin Johnson my friend, is because he knows who he is and what's important to him. And just because we're doing a lot of the same things, because we got there in the same way, it should just tell you that. But to me, that's the impressive part, because how easy first of all, it tells me how bad it is between the organization and him, how far apart it is, but it's also you said to compartmentalize.
Yep.
One thing about if you play in this city, no matter for what team or organization, you easily separate the fans from the organization. That's not what it's apart. It's wing-wheeled nation. It's not the Detroit Red Wings, right? It's the people, the fans that support me through life and why I'm here, to everything that I do now, from wrestling to comedy to the band to whatever, to this, to here, to the new Big D Energy show. But the fact that you got Calvin Johnson on the biggest stage speaking his truth and speaking his love for our city,
It's awesome.
I mean, I might have to give it up. He might be the favorite stepson now. I might be second,
He
but
might have
that's
to hand
cool.
over the crown.
That's cool.
I got a question for you, though.
To our point, I'll take second to Calvin.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'll take 15th to Kelvin. He's the man. But I got a question for you, because you played for the Red Wings during the time when Mike Ilitch was here. It seemed like the organization was being run very smoothly. They were bringing in top prospects. Like, everybody wanted to be a Red Wing because of the culture that you guys were building, not only in the locker room, but just all the way surrounding you. I've worked for other radio stations, and we know that this cluster, there's drama over in that cluster. I wouldn't ever want to go work for that cluster. I like this one over here. Did you guys ever feel that trickle down? Like, oh, man, our organization's awesome, but you hear what the Lions guys are going through?
Absolutely.
You heard it live?
Absolutely. So grateful to be part of and because when I say, and to this day, of whatever else, is you're part of, it's an extended family. You are part of the Ilitch family. And Mr. Ilitch and Mrs. Ilitch made that so much apparent. I always feel like I'm one of, there's one of the sons, one of the stepsons, because from day one, it felt togetherness like that. And we could see, that especially in the Lions organization or whatever, but the dysfunction, or when you know how fortunate you are and you win and you can understand some things why, you can see why it doesn't work for other teams. Right? And you can see why it worked for the Pistons. Why the going to work Pistons, it was the same sort of mentality, all in. The going to work Pistons was the mentality of our 02 Hall of Fame team, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, we still had to work and had to get it done. So, yeah, you're absolutely a parent of what's going on. And then, you have friends in the, friends on other teams and stuff like that. And guys don't really spill dirt or whatever, but you just know because you go, oh, we did this and Mr. I did this and that. And they're like, oh, yeah. And for example, maybe I got a 50-inch TV for Christmas and somebody got, a $10 gift card to Kroger or something. The disparity.
And it's those little
like
things, like that's the culture that you're talking. It's not about the TV, honestly. It's not about it's the thought that went into it.
Let me point one thing out what Calvin said there, right? You fans kept showing up, which motivated me to keep showing up.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah. It's crazy that a Hall of Famer had to mention going 0-16.
And that's wild? Right. And that's the idea. I was saying to Neil Rule, if you could get the Northern Guard, which for Detroit Football City, but the mentality of that into the other sports franchises around here, now that everything's building, we take the cue from the Northern Guard. And hopefully they will show us the way while we show them the respect, because that's the best fan base in the city.
Oh, I would love to be out there with the megaphone lighting off smoke inside Ford Field. Like, that would be amazing. Those guys are incredible.
But it's the mentality and not even doing that, but it's bringing it together. And that's what us as athletes, we recognize that and we feed off that.
That's awesome. Because like you said, Georgia. There's warm. There's no snow. Like, it just speaks to our fan base, and we kept them here going. It sucks sometimes to hear that though about the organizations, because it's the one thing that's been holding us back, and it's been consistent. You know what I'm saying? There's no other retirement where this guy is beefing with the organization over $1 million or whatever the case may be. It's people are like, oh, Calvin's a crybaby. Where else have you seen this in the league? Tons of guys retire from organizations every single year, and this isn't a result of it.
No, but here's the one thing where you say that he stayed, because I always say this. The reason that I am alive is because of the love of the people in Michigan, right? With the cannabis, because the truth is the truth, right? So Calvin, the fact that the people love him and the fact that he's able to put something back in, and because our ideas and about the pain and the opiates and getting rid of that and having an option is the same thing with that. It's all about the option because he's lived it. And who else? If you don't think he's been in pain, how many times has he double covered, triple covered what he's gone through? So let him lead the way. And I'm the same way. I know pain, so let me help get out of it.
Well, obviously we got a lot more to talk about with Calvin. Plus, did he drop a weed reference in his Hall of Fame speech, which was hilarious, and just the other things that we found out during that speech. We're going to talk about that coming up next right here on The Hook.
Do you know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 5-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
Well, Stick, before you make the Calvin cannabis reference, let me make my own cannabis reference. And our good friends at Levels Cannabis, Levels grand opening, Levels provisioning grand opening and car giveaway. What is this, Darren, you're talking about? I'm talking about Friday, August 20th. Yes, at the Levels in Centerline, which is 23968 Sherwood Avenue. right, where you can Google it. They are giving away a 2021 Dodge Challenger, free food trucks, tons of other giveaways. The Morning Wood Show, Big D Energy, and The Bottom Line will all be broadcasting live, yes, Friday, August 20th. You want to come and get some of your questions answered and find out exactly more to the level of what Calvin is talking about, come down to Levels, because Levels is where you get your cannabis.
That sounds so fun.
You're not invited.
I can't wait to see.
Everybody but Easy's got to do social from
Easy got to
inside.
work back here somehow.
Oh, man.
Welcome back to The Hook on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for listening on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and, of course, you can download our app today. It's available in the Apple or Google Play Store, and it's absolutely free. So just go, download it, and you got great Detroit sports talk right in the palm of your hand. So we're still talking about Calvin Johnson. DMac was just talking about cannabis. Calvin Johnson is involved in cannabis, and he kind of dropped his brand name inconspicuously, but if you knew what the hell he was talking about, you knew what he was saying in his speech. You got that, Alex? You got that speech pulled up?
A little bit of a precursor. I didn't find the part where he dropped his brand name, but this segment I'm about to show you is more about him towards the beginning, talking about how he had an injury towards the beginning of his career, and he kind of alludes to he used substances towards the end. He used whatever he could find to help get him through that pain.
Okay.
And I'll play that for you right now.
In my first year in the NFL, I suffered a serious back injury. It was so bad at the moment, I couldn't feel my legs, and I thought my career would be over. But what most don't know is the road to recovery from that back injury that year, and the physical and mental pain that I played through well into my career. But going into that second year, despite dealing with the pain and the back injury, I made up my mind that I was going to be the best, most dominant receiver in the NFL every time I stepped onto the football field. A mindset born from once being told I have a little potential. It was my teammate Roy Williams in 2006 and 2007 who gave me the name Megatron when I came to the league, but it was my second year when that Megatron mindset was born. But no matter how much I dominated, as the legends here know, the pain never left. The pain was so severe that I would take whatever I could just to manage the pain to be able to play. The pain began to take a toll on my body and my quality of life. And it wasn't getting any better, and there came a moment when I know my time in this league, those days were numbered. But I was okay with this because I left it all on the field and enjoyed every moment. My journey through the pain began to reshape my view of the world. It gave me more empathy and understanding for those who suffer and deal with pain on a daily basis. It also motivated me to be someone who's focused on making a change on the issue. There are so many people living in our world with pain right now, and I want to speak to you for a moment. I want you to know that I see you, and you matter, and to fight and to do your best to make it through and never give in to the pain. I also want to take a
It's crazy, man. Like, what I learned last night is I always knew Calvin had back issues, like that was, but what I didn't know is that happened his rookie year, and the next 7 he was battling through. So he never played a comfortable season in the NFL.
No, which is scary, right?
Right.
And I think, I was going to say bring it up, but we all heard, and this is the thing, what I love is that these guys have all talked about it. All the Hall of Famers, all the guys that are in there know, because it's about the betterment. And they're sick and tired, like we are, of losing people. And that's not just fellow athletes or enforcers or football guys. This is people. Like, this is a people issue. So and the issue is, it ain't about getting high, ain't about this. Is that, do you know you have an option, right, that you could live a plant-based life? So what I love the best about Calvin is the fact that if I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to be about it. And what a great role model for me.
Well, it'll always blow my mind that people be okay with dudes shoving massive amounts of opioids in their body, but then frown upon weed.
Or booze, like that's the whole breaking the. But it's just why, and it goes to the point is, if you don't think of anything, how could somebody fall under the spell or fall, believe that? Well, we're coming out of 100-year wrong, writing it because of the education. So guys like Calvin and myself, which have a platform, we're using it, but it's about the people. That's all it is, and that's what he made it apparent. Each speech last night, I think the best, like we were talking about this before, like every speech was personal.
Right.
And it didn't give, I don't care you say it's tacky, it's whatever, blow it out your ass, because that's the real Calvin Johnson. That was the real Charles Woodson. That was the real Peyton Manning. You got Tom Flores. All these guys deserve their time. It was genuine from all their parts.
There's 3 things that resonated with me, and there was one with the fans, because voice got a little shaky when he was mentioning it too, which was fucking awesome, as obviously the fan, one of the fans. But 2, when he said the helping people, he's like, I've been through pain and I had to push through it. It's like, it shows you like everyone goes through like those moments and those battles, you know what I'm saying? And Calvin Johnson, like you said, he's sitting in the Hall of Fame. Like we call him Megatron. The guy wasn't regarded as human, in the NFL. So like he shows that even he goes through like those type of battles. He pushed through it. And then like you said, when he spoke about the pain and using the primitive like plant-based medicine, the crowd erupted.
Right.
And that resonated with me too.
But that was the subtle name drop, because the name of his brand is Primitive.
Yeah.
And he's like, we need to use primitive plants.
Which
so he
is-
didn't do like a full branding on it, but he made sure he got that in there.
It
I thought
resonated
was
with
brilliant.
like the entire stadium, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, well, damn, they've all had that battle. They all wanted to avoid the opioids and went to that base, and it must have helped them because
you saw
the
Michael
entire
Irvin.
place erupted.
Yeah,
man.
you saw Michael Irvin when he was like, and you're playing through all that pain, and Michael Irvin's just like, yep. He
Every guy
understood.
there, we all
As a
could-
professional athlete, like Joik always says, it's not it's not how you're going to get hurt in football, it's when, because it's 100% injury rate.
Right.
Yeah.
With hockey players, are all of them living with chronic pain after they retire, pretty much?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
In some form or another. And you know what? Here's the thing. Forget about the guys that are in the Hall of Fame or the guys you know. How about the guy you don't know that has had as many fights in the minor leagues or battled or whatever? Well, he's still a human being, and just because you don't know his name doesn't mean he's not suffering. So Calvin realizes that too, and I think it's the greatest part is that there's hope.
Right.
Is that I see hope, and as fucked up as this fucking world is, and different things and the bullshit, because we all see it every day, no matter what part of the world, right? And we've all gone through the COVID and all this other stuff, but to have an option to be able to, we're talking about the physical pain. Then there's also the mental issue.
Right.
Then there's also the spiritual issue, and then there's getting your body to work for yourself. Like for me, like Calvin's talking like pain. I created the CBD roll-on and stuff, but a lot of stuff mine is for alcoholic insomniacs, right? Dial in the sleep game, because how much did I drink because I can't sleep? So it's just breaking sort of the cycle in different ways, and everything leads back. And what he said isn't he said, plant-based life isn't just the cannabis plant.
Right.
Plant-based life is what you put in to fuel your body, and I'm the first one to admit it. Man, I take better care of myself now, like by far, and care than what I did when I played, which is so fucked up backwards, because what would I have been able to accomplish with the knowledge that I have now? I wouldn't listen. I got 4 cups. I'm not going back there. No,
Yeah.
I'm going to take the 4. I'm going to say I'm going to take the offer,
4
and I'm
cups,
leaving.
man.
Right? It's
How many
like the
cups,
banker.
T-Mac?
I'm taking the offer, Andrew, and I'm keeping the 4 cups.
Right.
But it's all about options. But God bless them.
Did you
because
guys
it's
see
a
how-
bigger stage.
Yep.
Did you guys see how sweaty Stafford looked? Look at this.
Oh, Stafford looked tan as hell, too. You can tell. This is California Stafford, not Detroit Stafford.
That's just glazed. I think he's spritzed.
Yeah,
he looks
it's
like he's ready
glazed.
for a wrestling bout. He looks like the guy spritzed before. Maybe
He got
that's
some baby
CBD
oil.
on his face.
There you go.
Maybe.
He's right next to Raiola, too.
Yeah.
And Raiola was a funny guy in this town,
Dom's
man.
awesome, dude.
Dom's a good guy. He used to come to Tonic
badass.
Nightclub on Sunday
Oh.
nights to party after the games and stuff like that. It was like him, Jerome Felton, and a couple other guys would always rent a table. And they're always there just having a good time. And you love the fact that Dominic Raiola challenged to fight fans on his lawn at one point. I thought that was hilarious.
He's the best.
He's a
dude.
badass, man.
He's the best.
Yeah, he's the realest.
Well, I mean, you can only hear it from the guy chirping in the crowd so long before you're like, dude, come on. Like, you really want this? Come to my house. Like, I'm sure you get it all the time. People wanting to test their metal against DMac.
No, they're smarter than that.
I loved your response, though. I'm not getting paid for this.
No, okay. How much? What's the pay offer? Or if you're really serious, you'll get 3 and either knock me out or kill me. And trust me, only one person's ever. You're not getting one. You go back. That's the thing. Stick left because I had one guy pull back and he was fucking sleeping before he fucking even knew it. And I told him, I said, I don't just lie to girls.
Dude, I could just see that. Some drunk dude in a bar saying, oh, it's Darren McCarty. I bet he's not so tough. You know, I've been in fights before, too. And then you just get your shit pushed back through your head. And it's like, oh, well, I guess.
I have more respect because nowadays, if you can get to me, from around the guys that I surround myself with. And it's not the ones you see surrounded by me, it's the ones you don't see that are watching my back from that you wouldn't expect. So like that's but that's the beauty about this, right? Whereas I don't go like that's the thing, Stick, is that we don't put ourselves in those positions. I don't want to be in that position anymore. Right? Don't put me in that position.
Right. No, I'm just talking about like the asshole dudes, man.
But when I was drinking,
I was at a bar. I was at a bar in was it South Haven, and there was a dude that was a UFC fighter, and he just won something. He had his belt on him, and like I was hearing these dudes look at him and be like, "Oh, he doesn't look that tough," and it's like, the dude's got a UFC belt, man. Like he's tough. Just stop it! Like
it wasn't Bruce Lee, was it?
No,
because Easy would have
there you go.
Lee's
Easy's the guy I'm talking about.
Easy said,
you're the guy you're talking about.
What? I would never say.
Can you still kick Bruce Lee's ass, or did you?
Remember a white belt?
Did you come down to earth yet on the last day of the hook for me?
For you, I will. Sure.
He still thinks he can beat Bruce Lee's ass.
Yeah, and I want to know what part of white belt training is just laying on your back.
It's called pulling guard.
What's up, Alex?
If I can make one quick addition, I don't know if you guys have seen that picture of like the most points Kobe Bryant has scored against like every team, and he's got like 40 plus on every team.
Yeah.
Well, today when I was prepping for the show, I found something similar to that for Calvin on Twitter, and he's dominated against pretty much every team except one, the New York Jets. Look at that 329 against the Cowboys, though. That's probably my favorite Calvin game.
Yeah, 244 against the Packers. Jeez, man. Look at those numbers. And Seahawks. Seahawks had his number, too.
Oh, yeah.
That's Richard Sherman and Darrelle Revis kind of speaks to their greatness as well.
Yeah.
Well, that number could probably be higher if he didn't fumble that one ball in the Monday night game.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We got bad. What an incredible
career! What an incredible career that is. Look at all of those stats. So, yeah, Calvin Johnson officially in the Hall of Fame, representing the Detroit Lions, but not representing the Detroit Lions. And did you hear what the Lions offered to him?
No.
Okay, let's talk about what the Lions offered to him to try to make this right. And I don't think he's happy about it, and we'll discuss that next right here on The Hook.
Would you like to win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time?
Then watch as we turn this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
Watch the Call Sam Chopper Shop on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Detroit Pistons, I'm all the way in. Let's do it.
Ever since the Pistons drafted Kade, different vibe around here at Woodward Sports. Hey, Sean.
What up, though?
What's up, Adam?
What's up?
Hey, Nick. What you working on?
Get ready for the show, baby.
How's it going today, Fish?
What up, though?
See everybody with the buffs,
Boys
DMac?
bumping out. Hey, did anybody hear Doris Burke?
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Had to get an explanation what cartoon buffs were.
Oh, man,
yeah, last night during the Summer League game, it was Gus Johnson calling the game with her. And, you know, he was talking about Kade putting on the buffs and stuff like that. And Doris Burke goes, I'm not familiar. What are buffs? And he tried his best to explain it. He's like, it's a Detroit fashion thing. And it's like, no, Cartier doesn't make those specifically for Detroit. We've just adopted them as ours.
We make them
awesome.
I love it. Like Gator shoes, man. Gators are strictly Detroit. Like,
we got to find that and clip it for social.
Oh, it was hilarious. She had another great sound clip last night when Sadiq Bey was shooting free throws. Look at the body on that guy. And then just quiet afterwards. Like there was nothing, no context, no anything.
Listen, don't mess with D. Burke, man. She got game. She went on a date with Drake. I mean, she's OG.
Yeah, good for Doris. So the Lions didn't get mentioned last night as an organization for Calvin Johnson going into the Hall of Fame. And, you know, it's over this like $1.7, $1.5 million that they owed him after he broke his contract early and retired. And to them, it's petty money. To me and you, $1.5 million is
changed my life.
Yeah, I'm fighting over $1.5 million for sure. So their solution, and I thought this was almost insulting to Calvin Johnson, is let's treat this almost like community service. You do 29 hours worth of appearances a year for us for the next 3 years, and we'll give you $500,000 over the course of next 3 years. So $500 this year, $500 next year. So it all equals $1.5 million, the money he should have probably gotten anyways. But they want him now to like show up to games for 4 hours and stuff like that. Then you'll get your money. Like, just stop. Just stop. Please, just give the man $1.5 million. Say, listen, we're sorry the previous regime didn't do you correctly. Let's just do what we can, and we'll show you that we are a great organization moving forward to where you're going to want to be at the games.
See, that's something that you would present to someone like me, not to someone like Calvin. Right? As one of your grunts and one of your where it was, like something to that, but not to your second best in the history of your organization. Instead, that's sort of disrespectful. Instead of saying, here's $1.5 million, let's sit down and figure out how we can move forward, because then there's a win-win. This got to give other people bad taste, but and he's not in that position, or that's where it is. It's I don't know.
It's petty. It's petty.
And the one constant between all the regimes that's changed with this organization has been ownership. And like for that to be an issue, like it's just like it makes me question. I love Dan Campbell, and I really hope like everything comes to fruition with what we think these guys are going to be. But like that one constant in ownership and that being like nasty issues makes me weird, because Calvin's not a diva. He's not Des Bryant. You know what I'm saying?
To your point, with all the great things Sheila did, it would have seemed that she would have wrote him a personal check, even if the family wouldn't want
That's what I'm
it.
saying.
Just because in the long run of how it's more of a sign. So yeah, it's petty.
Well, you see with Brad Holmes, like staff, Calvin went to them and asked for a trade. What'd they say? No, we ain't trading you. Barry went to him, asked for a trade. What'd they say? No, we ain't trading you. Stafford went to him, asked for a trade. What'd they do? All right, have fun in LA. We'll take 2 first-round draft picks, a third-rounder, and a starting quarterback who's 26.
But also with this new regime that they had to have been set up before they went into it, knowing, why does that make so much sense to deal with LA after hiring? But
still,
it's
they gave
also
him his wish, is my point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and the things have changed, and you should make it right. And if you wanted, when you're clean and slate and you're going to change the way things are done in the past, this is old, like Easy said. This is old behavior.
Well, I think they were afraid that it would alienate them down the road. But look at Peyton Manning last night when he was speaking. He spoke so highly of Jim Irsay, hey, you drafted me. But he also said, but then you let me go at a very rough time, and I got to thank the Broncos for picking me up and having faith in me. And I didn't feel that there was any hate towards the Colts at all. It was just, that's a grown-ass business decision. Sometimes you got to make them in this business. You did. You drafted Andrew Luck. Smart move. You had to do that, and you moved on. So I wish.
But this is also too, right? How many years have this simmered, or something for him to think about? Whereas in fact, this is ongoing with Calvin. This is an issue that is ongoing. So as time heals, right, the angst, but too, Peyton Manning wouldn't hold back. So the fact that it's come to terms with whatever bad blood, but it wasn't ever that it couldn't be fixed.
And someone just brought up a point that $1.5 million that we were giving him, if we would have just wrote him a check, counts towards our cap. And that's fine. Take the hit for 1 year for the rest of history, being at peace with your biggest star of all time, arguably.
Well, here's the other thing. They're still selling merch. They're still selling Calvin Johnson jerseys. They're still probably selling Calvin Johnson pitchers.
Probably sell more now.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely now.
You're still making that $1.5 million off the man.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty petty of them, but overall, I thought it was a great night for the city. It was awesome that he acknowledged the fans. It was awesome that he brought up the city, that he still lives here, and that we're a part of him. So that's one of my favorite things about being a Detroit sports fan is, we are endearing to a lot of people, because a lot of people talk shit about Detroit, and it's like, oh, I never want to go there. I never want to be there. But then we get these athletes that come into town, and they end up living here. Rick Mahorn, still here. Vinny Johnson, still here.
Darren
McCarty, still here.
It's the people.
Yeah.
It's not the organization that we'll all bitch and moan and whatever. And to my point, more so the organization because of my relationship with it, but it's the fans. Right? When I say I'm a Baligian fan, people are my power because they get it. They get us athletes as people, especially when we give them an honest day's effort. Right? That's it. They appreciate that, the pain that we've gone through. So it's just unfortunate that it's not appreciated by the people that matter, in this case for Calvin.
Someone in the chat, Jeffrey Hall, said, throw Calvin a Ford dealership.
I like it. I saw that. I like that one.
There you go. Or just come up with the Megatron edition of the F-150 or something.
That'd be badass. Transformer thing too. That's it.
The Hall of Fame edition.
Yeah. Little much easy. Easy went for the
an actual Transformer.
He wanted Bumblebee. I'm like,
I'm just saying it'll sell because of that too. You know,
get
a truck with Megatron on it. Yeah, it's me all day. My car will beat your ass. Look at this Megatron.
Again,
get the
Lee's car would
licensing.
not a chance against your car.
Get the licensing and do it. Like, there's creative ways to make this work without, hey, you want to do 29 hours of community service for us for the money that we probably should owe you anyways? Like, let's just cash the check, Lions. Just cash the check. You make billions. Like, just cash the check. That's all we want you to do is make things right. But overall, you guys happy with Calvin's speech last night and everything?
Yeah.
Thought it was a great one. We got Rob Beard on the line, ready to rock?
He's on.
All right. Pistons Summer League started last night, and we have Rod Beard on the line ready to discuss it because I think some people were uneasy. We've heard some rumblings of, oh, my God, we took this guy number 1. He only had 12 points. So we'll talk to Rod Beard about that next, right here on The Hook.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Welcome back to The Hook, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And, of course, everybody listening right now live on our app, which is available in the Apple or Google Play stores. All you got to do is search Woodward Sports, and it pops up as WSN Live. Download it. It's absolutely free and available for you to listen and take Detroit sports with you everywhere that you go. Big night last night. Kade Cunningham put on his number 2 Detroit jersey for the first time and graced the presence of the Las Vegas floor. Overall, not the peak performance that we're going to see out of him, but I thought he had a well-rounded game. I mean, 12 points, he had 6 rebounds, he had a couple assists, couple steals, couple blocks. Like, just he fills up a stat sheet, and that's kind of what you're looking for. Him and Killian look nice playing together.
Really nice. Yeah.
Sadiq Bey looks like he's the leader of the young guys, so a lot of good things to take away from last night. And we have Rod Beard on with us right now. Hey, Rod, how you doing?
Gentlemen, how are you? Thanks for having me on.
Doing well, man.
Where are you at, first off and foremost, looking all comfy and stuff?
I had to find some shade. This is Vegas. You know this is 110 degrees in the shade, so you just got to find some trees and find some shade somewhere.
So you were at the game live last night, right?
Yes.
What was your takeaway from it?
I think you've got to have reasonable expectations, and Kade, that's what Kade is. He's just a 6'8". He's going to do a little bit of everything. It's not going to be 30 points every night. It's going to be 15 with 6 rebounds and 5 assists some nights. You're going to see some games where he controls the ball a little bit more. But last night, I think it was just getting his feet wet and getting him used to playing with Killian Hayes. And that chemistry, I really like that those two, especially defensively, when you've got a 6'5" point guard and a 6'8" shooting guard, you can cause some havoc in the passing lanes, and we saw a little bit of that. And even though they played so poorly in that fourth quarter, they almost came back and made something happen because of what they were able to do on that defensive end.
Talking to Rod Beard, obviously Detroit News on the beat out there in Vegas for Summer League. Let's talk, some of the things. Are people overreacting, obviously, to what expectations are? What I liked, Rod, tell me if not, it looked like the Pistons are, as a team, like to be around each other, support each other, and it was more like the whole thing is you be my friend. Here, let's do things that aren't normally what we're going to do. And I think it seemed to me like Dwayne Casey said, go have fun. And then when we get structured, we're going to work on some stuff. So really, is there a lot to take away from that? Or was I seeing that correctly as far as the energy and the team aspect of the Pistons last night?
Right. I think what they're trying to create is culture and chemistry. And they talked about it during the introductory press conference for these rookies, that they wanted guys who fit the culture and just good guys, good basketball guys. And we saw that with Luka Garza. We've seen it with Isaiah Livers over the years, that these are guys that are just going to fit together. But again, I think the on-court chemistry with Killian and Kade, just trying to figure it out. They could have just said, you know what, Kade, go score me 30. And he probably could have done it. But they wanted to work some other guys into rotation, get some other guys some looks, and see what Killian looked like with the ball in his hands. That was the big thing from last year, is that he looked better with the ball out of his hands, and he wasn't the primary facilitator. Last night, he looked a lot better. I think he had 4 assists in the first 5 minutes, just going at guys, and you can check that box that he did what he needed to do as the point guard. And again, defensively, just creating a bad situation and making it hard for that Oklahoma City offense to be able to get into their plays. I think you saw that chemistry with Kade and Killian, and that was one of the big takeaways for me, is that that's going to work. That box is checked for when the regular season starts. Those two guys are going to fit together there.
Yeah, they seem to have them tied at the hip for the first half and then kind of broke them up their rotations and worked them in with other guys later on in the game. But when those two were on the court together, I mean, you saw, Cade's first basket came off a Killian assist, which was a nice pass. Killian's passes look very crisp.
Yeah, and it's always been that. Even since last year, and even when he played in Europe, it was the same way, is that he's going to get it to you on time, on the money. It's just whether you can handle it and what you do with it after that. But I think Killian's other assist was to Kade for that second three-pointer, just that walk-up three. So you can just see where he's feeling the offense. He's in the flow of what's going on. I want to see Kade have that same type of fluidity with the ball in his hands and initiate, and you can have Killian off the ball a little bit more. They didn't feature that last night, but I imagine we'll see some more of that. And they put Saban Lee in as that third guard to kind of mix that up and put Killian off the ball. But I like to see Kade do that some.
Yeah, then what grade, I guess, would you get it for those guys? And Garza, too, he hopped in, he hit a three, had a couple early boards until the second half. He looked kind of bad on defense. But I guess what grade would you give those guys and Kade and Garza in their first time on the floor last night?
Kade, I'd give him a solid B. Garza, maybe a B+, because the knock on him is that he was defensively, he wouldn't be there. And to me, he looked like he was in the right spots. He's just not very athletic, and he's not going to be a rim protector, shot blocker for you. But just being in the right spots and getting in the muck and going after loose balls, he can do those sorts of things. So I liked what he did there. With Killian, I'll give him an A-. The shooting wasn't there, but he did everything else right that you want him to do. He created pressure. I think what do you have, 6 points, 5 assists, or 5.6 assists? That's a normal night for him. And 9 rebounds with it, too. Those guys are able to crash the boards. That's what you want to see. It's not the results. You don't care whether they win Summer League or not. You want to see things that you can carry into the regular season and have some momentum and give them some confidence in what their role is.
Yeah, another guy that stood out to me last night, and a guy that needs to stand out, is Sekou. He started the game. He had a couple nice defensive plays. He was looking good in the post. And the craziest thing is Sekou's been in the league 3 years, and he's still younger than some of the rookies that got drafted this year that he was playing against. I know this has kind of been a struggle and a figuring out process for the Pistons with him. Do you think he took a step forward last night?
Yeah, I think just in his intensity, and you could hear him talking even from where we were up in the stands. You could hear his talk defensively and just getting guys in position. And they've commented that he's one of the better communicators there in terms of making sure people are in the right place. For him, playing some power forward, playing some center, you want his three-point shot to fall because it seems like that gives him more confidence when he starts to hit that shot. But when you're playing center and you're moving around so much, it's just hard to get into a good rhythm and a good groove because your responsibilities change so much. But the thing I circled on his stat sheet was 5 blocks. Where the heck did that come from? From him? Yeah. With rim protection, the Pistons have always had concerns about that. But if he can give you a night like that where he can even get 2 or 3 blocks, that's going to be a plus that he can carry some confidence in with.
Rod Beard, Detroit News, joining us. My question, here we go. Big matchup early. I told these idiots not to get too excited at Summer League. Excited. But anyways, I'm going to get excited. You got Kade Cunningham, Jalen Green. Obviously, that's the big talk. What do you go in here other than there's got to be excitement, but what are the expectations, at least so people don't jump off the ledge, I guess. What are we looking for here?
The schedule makers plotted this all out from day one because you had Evan Mobley and Jalen Green last night in the opener, and then you get Kade Cunningham in the second one. But it's just, is he doing a lot of things? Is he checking a lot of boxes? If he has 25 points and 2 assists, are you happy with that for Kade Cunningham? That's what you expect from Jalen Green. From Cunningham, I'll take 15 or 17 points and 4 or 5 assists, 6 rebounds, and just he looks like he's integrated in the offense and he's doing the stuff you need him to do. The responsibilities are different and the expectations should be different for him too. If the Pistons just wanted a guy who can go out and get buckets and that was it and get a lot of buckets, then they would have picked Jalen Green. I think they like the all-around versatility that Kade brings. And so look at more than just that score and the points box. When you look at the box score, look all the way across and see how many of those boxes that he checks. And again, how does he complement Killian Hayes? That's the biggest thing in this, because part of the reason for picking Kade was to make sure that you have a backup and you have a complement that works well with Killian Hayes. And I don't think defensively Jalen Green would be what you're looking for there. I think he's just a lot of offense, and he may give you some rebounds and some other stuff. You need a guy who checks all of those boxes, and I think Kade is going to work into that role in the NBA.
What happened to the 6'8" guard that we drafted? Because last night he didn't really look 6'8". He didn't look too much bigger than Killian out there. You're there in person. Is it like, does he seem like 6'8" in person, or like what's going on? Because he did not look.
Well, they listed him as 6'6" on the roster now,
and
then Doris Burke last night called him 6'7". So really, just take your pick. How tall do you want the guy to be?
Yeah, what's going on, Rod? What's up with that?
So here's the secret piece of this. Killian looks taller too. So Killian might actually be 6'7" and Kade is 6'8". But Killian has always been listed as 6'5". So even if we give him 6'6" and you call Kade 6'7", you're still in the same neighborhood. It really doesn't matter because you can't tell with the peak of his head and the way his hair is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And some people have said shoes on, shoes off. Well, you play basketball in shoes. What are we talking about here?
I want to ask real quick too, because there's another rookie, Cortapizza, that he didn't showcase last night, and then I know Servetus is supposed to be on the G League this year. Do we expect appearances from them at all during the summer league?
Servetus, not sure about, and Cortapizza. I think it was just him getting on board with that trade being finalized so late. He didn't have enough practices to be able to feel like he was right in the center of things. But I think by the end of summer league, we'll see an appearance by Cortapizza.
So one question I got for you is, the Pistons going into this summer league, they were talking about going undefeated because, they have an experienced team. Like pretty much 4 of our 5 starters are on this roster, depending on how, Dwayne Casey decides who's going to start for the team. After the game, what was their body language like? Because, once the TV broadcast cut off, we can't really see much. You were at the game. Was their energy still good? Was it, a pick-me-up, or were they heads down?
I think it was a little heads down because of the way that they played. And they missed a ton of shots and had a ton of turnovers. 20 turnovers in 40 minutes is a ton. And so I think they just realized they could have played better. And Tyler Cook didn't have an outstanding game. He just was completely uncharacteristic. But Kade was just sort of, hey, there are some things we can take away from this. And he's all about making his teammates better. And I think he saw ways that he can do that. And this is just a starting point for those guys. They're going to push forward. But even given all that, to win Summer League, you have to go essentially undefeated in the 4 games. And then the point differential and the tiebreakers come into it. It was just a hard task to get to anyway.
Right. Yeah, I really would have loved to see it, though. They were all talking about it, so they had me hyped about it. But yeah, overall, I think they had a decent showing last night. What do you think about tomorrow night's matchup between Jalen Green and Kade Cunningham? What are you looking forward to?
Well, see, I think because of the maturity, it's a game that Jalen Green is going to take maybe a little bit more seriously and try to show that he should have been the number 1 pick. I think Kade is going to feel comfortable in his skin, and just, again, it might be 15 or 17 points, 6 or 7 rebounds, and 6 or 7 assists, and it's just a ho-hum stat line unless you're realizing this is what the expectation is. This is checkbox. In a marquee matchup, he did what he was supposed to do and didn't try to do too much.
Yeah, well, it's going to be fun to watch those two go at it. Yeah.
The biggest point is that you said that there's some connection with Killian on the defense, and defense wins championships. So stay cool out there, brother. See you when you get back.
Yeah, have fun in Vegas, but not too much fun. We need you back here, man. Is he gone, Adam? Oh, he dropped? All right. Well, that was pretty much the end of the interview anyway. So, Rod Beard, thank you for joining The Hook this afternoon. Obviously, he's got great insight into the Pistons and great, being there, watching these live and watching the in-huddle, how the guys are interacting with each other. We saw Kade up and cheering for his teammates, but when you're there in the actual arena, you can key in on guys and make sure that you're watching them exclusively. So, Rod Beard, thank you for the insight today, and looking forward to reading all of your articles. And we got to do some fantasy stuff, guys. We haven't done fantasy football, and it's coming up. Yeah, like the drafts are coming in fast and furious.
Preparation, and you know what? Why don't we, instead of like everybody's always at each other, why don't we do like sort of a team one, like together,
like a hook team?
All right. I'm down with that.
On the last day of the hook,
we got 3 owners trying to figure out who we're going to draft.
Right. This will be the conglomerate.
I love that. I love that. This is the money team right here. So we're gonna select a good team. Do a mock draft for fantasy football coming up next right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Would you like to win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time?
Then watch as we turn this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
Watch the Call Sam Chopper Shop on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Man, the power's been flickering on and off here. You guys see that?
It's Kade Cunningham's connection. It's so electric up there.
It's so electric.
Oh, look at you.
He's been getting good up here, right?
Speak easy, baby.
The transition's working it. Let's get into Maz's news update right now, brought to you by our people at MyBookie. Obviously, the big news last night, Calvin Johnson getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. No mention of the Lions organization, but he definitely represented the city and the fans very well. Another Michigan man making it into the Hall of Fame last night, Charles Woodson, had a great speech. He even sang to his mama, which was beautiful. I think everybody loved it except his mom. His mom was like, stop, baby, stop. You're embarrassing me. But overall, great showing last night. Peyton Manning had a great speech. John Lynch had a great speech. Alan Faneca. You just love to see these guys, grown-ass men, living out their dream of getting into the Hall of Fame. So great job last night on the production of the Hall of Fame. Pistons lose their Summer League opener to Oklahoma City, 76-72. Sadiq Bey, he looked like a grown man out there, though, leading the team in scoring 14 points, 12 rebounds, and he was running point for a while too, which I saw, which was pretty crazy.
You know what I like? At the very end of the game, they put them all in. They locked it up there for a minute on defense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Oklahoma, once they put them all 3 back in, they were going hard. I don't think Oklahoma City scored any more points. It's just we couldn't score any.
Well, we started out crazy. Like, we went up by 12 points, super easy, super good. Cade was hitting his shots. Kalen was assisting. Garza was grabbing every rebound under the sun. And then, you start messing with the lineup changes.
That's what was weird too. The lineup, they didn't. Cade didn't really play much until like the second half. It was like when he got most of his PT.
Yeah, well, it's Summer League. So let's see. Kade Cunningham scored 12 points on 5 of 17 shooting. He also had 5 turnovers, but he had 2 blocks, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. So he was filling up the stat sheet. He did develop a good chemistry with 7th overall pick from last year, Killian Hayes. Oh, yeah. There's Killian dropping a dime to him right there on the pull-up jumper. Overall, looked good, but the matchup tomorrow night, Jalen Green, the number 2 overall pick versus the number 1 overall pick, Kade Cunningham. It's going to be a fun matchup, and that is going on tomorrow night, I believe, 8 o'clock on ESPN.
Quick point, right? And shout out to Mo online. Like, why don't we wait and see when Kade develops into his body and puts 15, 20 pounds on and whatever this. It's just looking for that's a great point. He's not even into, you look at LeBron when he came in, but he's got to develop into his man body. So everything we hear from Rod Beard as far as, culture and chemistry, boom, that's it. Everywhere. That's what I want.
That was one question I actually meant to ask him because I was on a live stream last night with my guy Joe Polo. Shout out to him. But Cade's a vegan.
Yep.
As you know, it's kind of hard to put on that weight when you're on that vegan diet. unless you're on that easy diet, you know what I'm saying? It might get a little easier,
easy vegan diet.
But I wonder if that's a concern at all with him putting on the NBA playing weight, because this is the first time I think we've seen a guy come into the league vegan. We've seen guys go to vegan since being in the league and already having that mass.
I think it's more to DMac's point. He's just not old enough to have his man body yet. You know, that's it.
No,
So
you got to
mature
remember,
at
he's
different
19
levels.
years old.
19,
Even though he's a
bro.
dad, he hasn't matured. Wait for a couple of years. He's 21. I think that health-wise, like you said, that he will be able to, because what they know is that a lot of these guys eat, so they'll get their protein and all that, but he's still a kid.
Yeah. You know, the NBA
Forget
road life
that.
might
He's
change that
19
too.
years old. We forget. You think he's coming out of college at 23, 24, developed. No, these are still kids.
Yeah.
That's where Jalen Green's got the advantage. He played against men last year, going to the summer leagues like me playing pickup while I played in the NHL during the summer. So you're going to judge a guy in a pickup game? Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he'll get bigger, he'll get stronger, and the Pistons will get better. Tigers fall last night to the Indians by a score of 7-5, only picking up one of the 3 games in this series against the Tribe. And it feels weird that we're going to have to change the name, the Guardians. So they lost against the. I'm going to start now. They lost against the Guardians.
They can't.
Last night.
Right? They played roller derby.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Yeah,
you
you can't.
can't.
Yeah, it's like-
every day, stick. Hold on.
They should fight them for it. That'd be hilarious.
ClevelandGuardians.com.
So stupid that they didn't check their own website
No,
before.
it's still a roller derby team.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when I started at Woodward
So
Sports,
crazy.
and, I was looking for a website. I made sure the website was there before I picked
Well,
the
how
name.
many times, like, the honest conversation is we're talking about show names or changing or whatever, and some of the ideas where you're like, okay, let me check. No, can't use that one.
Exactly.
Can't use that one. It's
We
the
did it
first
last Friday.
thing. Right stick to work smarter, not harder. The first thing before any conversation goes is, okay, whatever is not. So
Yeah, I wonder how much they make in marketing
little
and branding we
things,
should apply.
the little things, guys. Scotty Bowman, the big things will take care of themselves. You do take care of the little things. Make a mistake, don't make the same one twice. It's always
Yep.
a little.
What's up, Fish?
People don't realize the Guardians don't start till 2022.
Yeah, but their name was already registered. They
Their
had
name
the
was
website,
already.
though.
Do they have the website?
Yeah, that's what's causing all the drama with the Indians, or soon to be Guardians, if they can buy it. If I'm that roller hockey team, it's like, all right, cool, give us $10 million. Like, like, you want it? Come pay
Exactly.
for it, baby.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
they're still officially or legally the Indians, right?
And get it.
What's that?
They're still the Indians till 2022, right?
Correct, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my brain wrapped around it because
Yeah.
I don't want to be
No,
caught in
but
2022.
that's why the website hasn't changed, because it's still the Indians.
Well, no,
They don't
and
have
a
their- they don't
roller
own
hockey
it.
team owns
I know.
ClevelandGuardians.com.
No, I know
derby
that, but
team.
that's why you go
Roller
to Cleveland
derby team.
Guardians and it
Not
goes
roller
to the
hockey.
roller hockey team because
Roller derby.
they're not roller derby. Sorry, roller derby.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get the Cleveland roller hockey team in trouble because they have nothing to do with the Guardians.
Yeah, last thing we want is a bunch of derby girls
yeah.
coming in here and beating the hell out of
Oh
us.
my
That'd be
God.
embarrassing.
It's a men's
Yeah, I was
roller
gonna say, I
derby
hear they're
team.
actually
It'll
men.
be
They're
men
men's
coming in beating
roller
up.
derby.
It's a men's roller derby team.
Either way, I don't want to get
I
beat up
got
by
it
a
on
roller
the
derby.
website. It's still there. No
It's still there.
baseball.
But that's why it's still there, because it's not the Guardians, it's the Cleveland Indians
But it'll
baseball
never
team.
Well,
be
it'll
the
never be unless they
Guardians.
pay them
Fish,
and actually
you're missing
own
the
it.
point. You can't have it if you don't own it. Anybody can own a trademark, right? If you get it down and are using it for something else. So their stupidity, no matter where it is, this
Incompetence,
is just
yeah.
flat stupid.
Tigers also locked up infielder Jonathan Scope for 2 more years over the weekend, reportedly worth $15 million. So if you're friends with him, he's buying dinner for the next year or so. 29-year-old had 18 home runs and 64 RBIs so far this season. And it's official. The 2020 Olympics are finally over in August of 2021. The Tokyo Olympics are a wrap. USA comes out on top in total medals and also beating China by 1 gold medal.
America.
39.
America.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Sunday's team scraped out the last gold medal to surpass China for the most gold medals, and 56% of Team USA medals were won by women this year. So women carrying the weight for the men in the Olympics. You love that.
On a quick glance, we had the most gold, most bronze, and most silver.
Yeah.
Winning.
It's tough. It's tough out here. And we don't even have the most people.
I
so,
know I'm a Canadian, but I'm a can American.
Dude, your Canadian
Canada
beach volleyball team, A+.
Thank you.
A+.
Thank you. That's very. That's very important because I'd look to you for beach volleyball
Thank you.
advice, like you look to me for cannabis.
Yes. What's up, Fishy?
It doesn't matter how many people are in a country. It matters how many people in that country play sports. America has a
Right,
lot
but the
of people
more
that play
people you have, the
sports.
more odds are there will be more people that play sports.
Not necessarily. India.
Wait, Fish, hold on.
India,
Yeah, I
a
need to see this
population
logic.
of
How does this
India,
work?
a population of 1 million people, lost to Guam a few years ago in soccer, and people were
You said
ape
1
shit.
billion,
They were
right?
like, "What the hell's going on? How the hell did India lose in soccer? Because they have 1 billion people, and Guam has 0 people."
Quality over quantity, USA.
Because it's about how many people you have that play sports.
No, I guarantee.
People in India
what
may
did they
not
lose
play
to Guam
soccer
in?
versus
What
they
did-
lost in soccer.
Okay, I guarantee there's more people in India that play soccer than there is in Guam.
Well, apparently not because their team lost to Guam.
No,
it
Fish, you're
doesn't-
missing the point.
it doesn't make you better.
Players in Guam.
Yes.
They
Better.
have the
There you go.
all-star team in Guam. Unfortunately, out of the billions of people, they weren't able to put the proper 11 together. In Guam, with the only choice of 17, they were going to get
It's like, well, this is our team. That's who we got. We got Bill from down the block and
Bill.
George over there.
Gosh, started. Bill's got a hell of a left foot. He's only got one club left foot, but he can kick it.
Yeah.
But more people equals better people because you have more people to choose from.
Well, clearly not, because China came in second.
Oh, and University of Michigan in itself scored more gold
did.
medals than several other countries combined, which was a cool stat that I saw too. So, Olympics are over. Do you guys enjoy it? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Yes. Thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm happy. I like first, like I said earlier, the wrestling, and then congratulations to the U.S. women's volleyball.
Yeah.
I like that. I like team volleyball. Like you like the beach volleyball, but the real volleyball.
The indoor?
Man, that's
I like
cool
indoor too, man. Yeah, we got some great
Did you watch
players.
it, by the way? On so it was at 9:30 your time on Sunday, so you should have watched it.
I
You
did
watch
watch it, man.
You watched
I
it
love
live?
the Olympics.
You watched it live?
No, I did not watch it live. I watched the playback of it.
Oh, because you were busy doing stuff.
I was
Saturday
busy
night?
with Joey's bachelor party debauchery.
Debauchery.
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy that like 2 weeks ago we were freaking out about Team USA losing exhibition games and they still messed around and won the gold medal.
I said the same
That's just
thing.
how it
Everyone
is.
was going crazy. Thank
Fish
you.
Put everybody up. Fish was a calming voice of reason.
Tried to.
I know you did. I listened to you, Fish. I was never.
It's because you don't get credit for what you're supposed to do. And the USA is supposed to win gold. So we don't get excited when they win gold, but we get terrified when they lose because they shouldn't. So that's why you freak out when they lose because they shouldn't. There's no
Yeah, but
reason
you guys-
anybody on the planet should beat Team USA, period.
Well, there are good teams out there.
There are, but not great teams.
Okay, there are great teams, but we're just better than that.
We're the greaterers.
That's our fantasy team name.
The
Next segment.
greaterers?
Yeah, the greaterers.
Yeah, let's get into that. Fantasy football is starting, and on this day, I got to do one thing. The epic fake punt TD in the Hall of Fame game that was on this day in 2009.
Here is A.J. Trapasso, who will do the punting, the regular punter, and we get a trick play here, and it is Trapasso who will carry the ball for a first down inside the 20 and all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
And that is the last we ever heard of A.J. Persasso.
I thought he popped out of the pile like Barry Sanders. I thought he got smoked.
Yeah, I thought you did too. The other guy. Yeah.
Props
That's
the other
also-
way. Wait, what?
That's also Maz's favorite announcer.
There you
Al
go.
Michaels, yeah. Props to the camera guy for also not falling for the fake.
Dude,
He's
I
zoomed
hate
in
that
on
a
the
lot.
last run.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do our fantasy football coming up next. Obviously, lots of people have drafts coming up, so the fantasy football coverage here at Woodward Sports also ramping up too. We're going to do a mock draft, a team mock draft coming up next right here on Woodward Sports. That is our new show that is coming to the Woodward Sports Network. The Bottom Line starts this Thursday from 2 to 4. And I hear they got some big tickets to give away, too. So we'll be teasing that all week long. But first, let me tell you about our people at Legacy Partners. You turn on the TV, you're getting bombarded by insurance ad promising you to save money. Well, they make it real easy. They do all the shopping for you. They go to hundreds of different websites to find the best insurance policy for you, for your home and your auto, and you can bundle it all together too. Legacy Partners, if you're struggling with your insurance payment right now, I'm pretty sure they can make it better for you. So make sure you go right now, legacypartnersins.com, or give them a call today, 586-209-4106. It's Legacy Partners. All right, let's do this, guys. Let's have some fun. Love this. Fantasy football, this is like my bread and butter. This is what I do. I'm in a dynasty league where I study teams all year and dive deep, watch college film on rookies.
You have a keeper?
It's a keeper, 5-year keeper league. If you draft them as a rookie, you get them for 5 years. Then after their 5-year contract is up, they go into a free agent pool, and you can bid on them, and then you get them for 3 years. And then there's trades involved and stuff like that. You got 54 people on your roster. So there's never anybody, there's never like free agents just sitting out there. Oh, it's the best.
No, I'm happy for you. What do I always say? I don't have to like it, but I see passion from other people, and I'm all in. You know, I don't have the attention span.
What's your team name?
I feel the same way. You know, you talk about that. That's me talking about weed.
Yeah, last year, Taylor Chark Trash was my team name.
Oh, you could change the name
because I had Jonathan Taylor, and then I had DJ Chark.
Yeah.
So I went with Taylor Chark Trash. That was my team name last year. I drafted Trevor Lawrence in the rookie draft this year, so it's Lawrence of Alabia today.
Lawrence of Alabia?
Yes. That is my team name in my fantasy football league.
I love it, dude. That's the best part is the name.
Yeah, everybody looks to me to come up with a creative name every year. They always give me bonus points if I can include 2 people, and that's why I did Taylor Chark Trash last year. But what do you guys want our team name to be for this draft that's coming up? The Betterers? Isn't that what we said?
The Greaterers.
The Greaterers. All right, so let's get into drafting.
The Greaterers.
The Greaterers. Alex pulled up a simulation site. What number pick do we have on this draft, Alex?
So we can actually randomize it if we want.
Yeah, randomize it.
Yeah, make it fair.
I don't want to have number 1 overall, just, you know. Like, I want to randomize it. If we get number 1, then hell yeah.
And then, let me see here. We're going to have 10 teams in our league. Our draft position is going to be random, and this is going to be PPR scoring.
All right, like the PPR scoring. If you don't play in a PPR league, what the hell are you doing?
What are you doing?
No facts.
Honestly, like.
Okay, and it looks like we got pick number 7.
All right, throw it up on the board so we can already see who was picked.
Okay.
Can we see that?
Look.
Ooh.
So that's available right now.
Oh. All right, guys, so we got some decisions to make.
Can I see who's picked again real quick?
Yep, I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, let's start with our options. So this is the pick at number 7. Saquon being available at 7. That's a pretty good find, especially if he's healthy this year. Jonathan Taylor, another guy that has top 5 running back potential. But then, you know, you got your options. You want to go wide receiver, too. You got Aaron Jones, Tyreek Hill up there. And then if you want to dominate the tight end position, you could go with Travis Kelce. So how do you guys want to start off building this team?
It's tough because Kelce almost doubles as a wide receiver. Not only does he double as a wide receiver, he'd be like a top 5 wide receiver. You know, for a tight end, that's high value, honestly.
Well, I think that, you know, and looking at these, that it's either one of the KC dudes. It's either Hill. If you're in a PPR league, who's better PPR? And I think that the way that Kelsey's used, like you said, that's your all-purpose everything guy, and you know that he's a security blanket for Mahomes. So I mean, I don't know the rules, so to speak, of how you're supposed to draft players, like not early, but that's a unicorn in my opinion. So I wouldn't be opposed to Kelce.
Kelce?
Yeah.
I got Kelce.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're going to play in fantasy football, you want to dominate the head-to-head position battles. And that's the dominant player right now that we can take.
All day.
So, you know, I like Saquon. Still not convinced he's healthy enough. And Daniel Jones is a shitty quarterback, so I don't see how he's going to do well for the Giants. But let's select him, baby.
Yeah.
The first pick.
The 7th overall pick. The Greaters.
The Greaters.
The Travis Kelce, tight end.
I like the way
Kansas
DMac
City.
says it.
Okay,
Put that man on our roster.
I'll just read who was picked before our next pick, which is right now. Saquon Barkley, Aaron Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Taylor and Austin Eckler were all selected.
Right after us?
Right after us. So these are the best available now.
So we still have a shot at Tyreek Hill.
Hey, I'm when I used to play fantasy or whatever, I would load up Indy. I'd get Peyton. I'd try to put Marvin Harrison, and then I'd put Dallas Clark. I'd try to get as many. I was all about the touchdown pass to the touchdown catch. So,
but bye weeks though.
But I mean, I looking at that list.
Hang on, here it is again.
Yeah.
And then I can also filter by like positions if we want to do that.
Well, if anything else, we should look at the running back.
See, I like Najee Harris. I don't mind if you're going to bell cow a Najee Harris if you expect him to have as big of a year as I do.
See, I'd go Antonio Gibson over Harris here. I would go Gibson over Harris if we're going running back.
Can you filter it to the running backs?
Well, you see the top three. You got Harris, Gibson, CEH, Mixon, Dobbins, Montgomery.
So those are the best.
Fourth screen, Alex.
What are you doing, DMac?
Happy 420 to all the hookers that we've had this. I brought out the Dr. Dabber. It's heating up right now. When it goes green, I will have the last hook 420 dab with all my peeps. I appreciate you guys. We're moving 11-1. There it goes. So cheers to you.
Thank you, DMac. Throw the names back up there. Absolutely love it. So do you guys want to go running back? Is that the consensus?
Yeah, running back.
Or do you want Tyreek Hill?
Go running back.
Running back?
Yeah.
All right, so are we going Najee Harris or Antonio Gibson? Gibson's in a new offense. They clearly have a new quarterback with Fitzmagic. Najee Harris will probably be the focal point of the Steelers' offense. So I'm going to defer to you guys. What do you guys want?
You said Gibson.
Gibson? You guys want to go Gibson?
I agree with Gibson.
All right, then let's add Antonio Gibson to the roster.
Okay, and then...
I don't mean to get off track, but DMac, for those people like me who do not know a lot about weed, what is the device you used?
Elon Musk gave me this.
Okay.
This is called the Dr. Dabber, right? So the concentrate goes in and out. You can tell I took a rip for you guys. So whatever the medicine, as you can hear me coughing, is activating. So I'm medicating right now. So everything that I got out of there, and it was primitive in Calvin's honor. So
right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Thank
we just
you,
lost
D-Mac.
D-Mac for the rest of the show. That's all right. So we went Antonio Gibson with our second pick. Who else we got on the list now?
Some notable names that were taken after us were Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Hopkins, Justin Jefferson, David Montgomery. And let's go on to who is available now.
All right, who is available now? Ooh, okay. Okay, so we have a running back in Antonio Gibson. We have a tight end. We do have a flex position. What do you guys think about taking George Kittle?
We already got Kelsey, though.
But the flex position is what I'm talking about.
If I'm taking Kittle, it's just for trade bait.
I'm all in with your with your thinking right there, because that takes him away from somebody else.
Hey,
Plus,
exactly.
he gives it the
I'm thinking
flex.
trade bait.
Plus, you don't have to play against him. Plus, those two guys as a unicorn. The league's changed.
An injury.
The league's changed, and then injury, you have a backup. I think because you're gonna, if you had these two guys start. I mean, I don't know what the rules are, but I like it.
Let's run it. You guys want to run it?
Fuck it.
I don't like this.
You don't. How do you not like this pick? How do you not like
You
this?
have to double up on running backs. Running back is the most important position. You got to double up. Antonio Gibson is not. If Antonio Gibson is my RB1 and I'm waiting until the fourth round of my
I
We're
wanted
gonna
to go kicker right now, and you wouldn't let me because I'm fake.
We're going to win the tight end battle, and we're going to win the flex battle right off the bat, right? With those two?
Go to the running backs real quick, then. Let's see.
We already got a running back.
Yeah, we can take Swift.
Just look at the running backs. Okay?
Swift, Josh Jacobs is serviceable. Miles Sanders is going to be available. Mike Davis is going to have a good year in Atlanta. He's available.
I feel like
we'll be able to get a running back on the way back.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go Kittle. I feel like we're getting Josh Jacobs next round.
Let's do it.
The Greaterers!
The Greaterers. George Kittle.
Yeah,
I like it because he is a trade option later on in the season. You can still, if no one wants to trade for him, you can still start him in there.
And if your tight end gets injured, now you have a premier tight end.
You just pissed somebody right the hell off. I like it. That's what we're all about, Stick. Exactly.
The
So
homer
we're
we
in the
wanted to draft Swift.
fourth round now, and after our pick was Keenan Allen, Chris Carson, Allen Robinson, and DeAndre Swift.
Jacobs is still there.
there you
Now
go.
we could get Josh
Josh
Jacobs, and everybody can
Jacobs.
calm the
There
hell
you go.
down.
And you
Josh
can say
Jacobs.
thank you for the great
Advice?
ownership.
D-Mac can't
Josh
think.
He's getting medicated right now.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs. Let's take Josh Jacobs off the board.
Josh Jacobs is the pick.
I mean, I like the way this team is looking, bro.
Easy said, we'll get him on the way back. You were right. Good
And we
call.
got him on the way back.
Got to give Easy some props in the war room here.
And that was the short snake end, so this one's
Yep,
the long
this is the
one.
long
So we're going
one.
to be picking pretty
some-
far down on this.
Some notable names: Kyle Pitts, Terry McLaurin, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, Darrell Henderson, and TJ Hawkinson were picked.
So, they were picked. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
and
damn.
so this is the best available now.
Damn, maybe we did take Kittle early night after you said Kyle Pitts and Hawkinson.
That's fun. No, they were already taken. So
Are there any, is this a good round to look at quarterbacks?
I think it is.
I'm going running back.
We need
still,
a receiver.
Or
receivers come a dime a dozen, though. Honestly.
Yeah, I could put together 15-point receivers all day long, especially through free agency and stuff like that.
Let's take a look at the receivers. Here's the top 6 receivers.
Let's look at running backs real quick.
Nah, okay, look at running backs.
Do you look at
Kareem
quarterbacks?
Hunt, yes.
Travis Etienne would be my pick if we're taking our backup running back.
I'm taking Hunt.
Oof. Hunt is the backup.
Let's look at numbers.
Hunt is the backup in
Kareem
Cleveland.
Hunt?
He's going to have better numbers. He actually played in the NFL last year.
Raheem Mostert. How about it?
I'm not taking
I like him
Mostert.
too. Honestly, I do like Mostert because I like the Niners offense. But
I'm going young, man. I'm going to take the rookie.
shit, D-Mac,
Who
you're like,
you
yeah,
want?
I want Travis Etienne.
he wants an unproven guy. I want Kareem Hunt.
We're going Etienne.
Yes!
Yeah, we're going
Hell yeah,
Etienne.
D-Mac! Yeah, D-Mac!
LSU, baby.
So now we have our backup running back in case Antonio Gibson or Josh Jacobs goes under. We've picked 5 players. We're going to pick 7 more. And what do you guys think of our draft so far? Let us know in the chat on Facebook, YouTube. They hate it? People are hating it?
No.
They go
Because the
0-16,
tight end, you can get back up, but you don't understand that we're way ahead of this game. I already talked to Elon Musk and the Dabbers, so we're on another level.
Well, they're
Stick
thinking
with
he's a
us.
backup tight end. No, he's a starting
won't.
flex.
And Harrison, we will not draft Michael Thomas.
So yeah, let's get to our next picks, our final picks coming up next right here on the Woodward Sports Network. And thank you guys for being a part of this fun draft.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Buff up, Detroit Pistons, I'm all the way in. Let's do it.
Ever since the Pistons drafted Kade, different vibe around here at Woodward Sports. Hey, Sean.
What up, though?
What's up, Adam?
What's up?
Hey, Nick. What you working on?
You ready for the show, baby?
How's it going today, Fish?
What up, though?
Fish hitting them with the what up, though, is my favorite thing ever. We are doing a fantasy football mock draft live right now on The Hook. It is the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for being a part of the conversation. Whether you like or hate our team, I still appreciate your opinion. What are we on now, round 6?
Yes.
Round
Already?
6?
Or
It
no?
is- yeah, we breezed through this draft.
We're on 6.
It's not like when you're drafted with your homies and they use the whole 2-minute, 30-second clock. You're just like, you know who you're going to pick. Just pick them. So let's look at our team so far. Running back situation, Antonio Gibson, Josh Jacobs, Travis Etienne. And then at tight end and flex, we have George Kittle and Travis Kelce. Absolute
Can we
beast
please
mode.
get a wide
See,
receiver?
Charlie knows
We go
what we're
receiver
talking
now.
about. Kittle is a money flex spot. You keep him away from other people. Trade later if you need it. Thank you, Charlie. That's why you know what you're talking
Right,
about.
there's like a top 4 tight end tier, and then outside of that top 4, everybody's pretty much the same. We have 2 of the 4 now. That's good. So now, do we want to go wide receiver or
Yes.
quarterback?
Wide receiver. Here's the top 6 wide receivers.
Jamar Chase.
Brandon Ayuk should have a decent season. Galladay, we don't know. T. Higgins, no. Claypool, no. So we're either going Chase or Ayuk.
Oh, I was at the bottom of the list. Here we go.
Well, that's not very good.
I was going to say, let's go
Good
quarterback.
catch, though. So who do we have?
Scroll
Chris
up.
Godwin is a good pick.
Ooh.
I kind of like Jamar Chase just because him and Burrow already have that connection. They took him over Penei Sewell for a reason. I think he's going to get a lot of love.
I just don't think Burrow will have the time to throw the ball to him. That's the problem. Like, he has the skills. He just doesn't have the quarterback or the line to get him the ball. See, I would rather snag like a Herbert or a Lamar Jackson here, man.
Yeah, because then you're getting kind of like running back numbers, too, from those guys because they both can run.
What do you guys think? You want to go Lamar Jackson?
How did he do last year?
You go Herbert over Lamar Jackson?
I liked Herbert a lot.
Where you at, D-Mac?
If you like Herbert a lot, but you know what? You know what Lamar is giving you. Who's going to stay healthy? Lamar is a peep. If it's a points league, PPR, like you said, the dual threat with what he's going to put in on the ground.
Get running back numbers and quarterback.
Even if he does.
Well, we know if we take a quarterback now, we got to go wide receiver heavy for the next 3 rounds.
Yep.
I'd rather do that because then that way you get your choice, not what comes to you.
That's that big D energy I'm talking about, D-Mac.
Lamar Jackson, congratulations. You're on the grader.
You get the draft noise?
Oh, yeah, don't on this one, damn it. All right, so, man, I like this team. But let's get into it. Next round, it's wide receiver time now. Yeah. It's wide receiver or
Chase
bust.
Is still there.
Your boy's still there, so we didn't miss out on anything. Do you want to take Jamar Chase or do you want to take DJ Moore? Carolina, I'm not sure how their quarterback situation is going to look this year. Tyler Lockett does have Russell Wilson throwing him the ball. Jerry Jeudy should have a big year too, but we could probably snag him in a later round.
Yeah,
I think
wouldn't mind him if we could pick him up in the 3rd round, but the probably if I was going to go.
I like Chase. T. Higgins had a big year last year with the Bengals, and they didn't have an offensive line then. Chase got to be a better receiver.
Lockett might be your...
I like Lockett, too.
Lockett might be your guy because he's
when in
Russell's
doubt,
guy.
Look at the quarterback. Exactly.
Because he's Russell's guy, dude. I think that, if you think he's going to be healthy, but he's good for, what, 6-7 touchdowns?
Oh, easily.
More than that,
What's the chat saying?
Well, I'm just...
Yeah, let's go Lockett. Let's go Lockett. Lock it in!
All right.
We're going with Tyler. So that is our first wide receiver off the board. And now let's get to the next round. Once again, we got to be looking wide receiver here if we want a well-rounded lineup. Who are the wide receivers that are left now?
Oh, Ayuk.
So there you go. We could take Brandon Ayuk. We could still get DJ Moore.
And that's why you can take wide receivers late in drafts because look how many are still there.
I got a couple on here saying Ayuk.
All right.
Yeah, I like Ayuk.
Listen, I like that offense. They don't have a wide receiver outside of Ayuk. Shanahan's offense needs it. They're going to have Trey Lance throwing the ball by the end of the season. He should be open more. He was a big freak of nature guy last year, so I'm good with Ayuk.
All right, K-Sports Live. Let's do it.
Let's draft him.
Brandon Ayuk. I know Lockett's inconsistent, but we got him in reverse. Don't be mad. Don't be a Jalen Green.
It's all right.
Yeah, in just 11 games, he almost had 1,000 yards. I'm looking at right now, 748.
So we got our starting lineup pretty much in place.
Teams are starting to take defense now. A lot of defense just came off the board.
I think we can hold off on defense, especially if a lot of them came off the board. We need a 3rd wide receiver in case of injury.
Okay,
got to pad the team, man. Got to pad the team.
Not sure why. Why is it? Okay.
It's all quarterbacks.
Yeah.
This is around you.
Because you're searching by draft value right now. Search by wide receiver.
Let's see.
There we go. Oh, Chase Claypool.
Chase Claypool.
Yeah, I like Chase Claypool.
I like Chase Claypool.
Yeah,
let's add him.
Let's go Claypool.
Right.
Wow,
that was quick and easy.
Yeah.
It's easy, baby.
It's easy.
Big easy, baby.
Now let's go. Let's do defense if we want to. A bunch of defenses already came off the board, so I'm assuming the big dogs are gone. But we could probably still find a sleeper in this mix.
Oh, Bills, easy.
Oh God, yeah. There we go. Bills Mafia. Welcome to the team. Let's break some tables.
Okay.
Okay, you guys just did that because I'm a wrestling fan. You guys, they're peas into my wrestling.
All right, so now we can either look at some backups for the team or we could look at getting our kicker.
Justin Tucker, best kicker in the league, puts up like.
Is he up there?
I hope so.
He's not.
He is not. Prater
took him.
Prater's still up there.
Who is?
Prater, he's with Arizona. Kyler Murray, heavy offense. Yeah.
I like Prater pick on this one. It's indoors.
Arizona, indoors. It's warm. Like here.
Yep, it's warm. Kyler Murray, that offense does get going, but sometimes they sputter out in the red zone, so that's good for your kicker.
Let's go
I'm
Prater.
good for Prater.
Run it, baby.
Prater.
Is that it? Is that the whole
was
mock draft?
So let me see if it gives us a
Does it
recap.
give us a grade?
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
What do you think our grade's going to be? It's got to be A+.
B.
Hang on. Oh, it's kind of cropped out a little bit. Let me fix it here.
I mean, I like this team. I like that we got the flexibility at tight end.
The chat's pissed we didn't take Russell Wilson.
What?
The chat's pissed we didn't take Russell Wilson.
At quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, so what are our guesses?
I said B probably.
I think we're B plus, A minus.
C
minimum.
plus.
C plus.
B minus.
Let's
B
go.
minus. Yeah, let's
That's
go. What are
What-
those numbers?
Yeah, who had the 100 rating? What does their team look like? Go to draft board.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, damn.
So who was that number 1 team?
I want to say they're on the very top.
Oh, yeah, they're all on the top.
I've never used this, like...
What's the name of that team?
I can't even read it.
Okay.
It doesn't even say.
When you go back to the grade thing, does it let you just click on the team?
I love our draft board, though. Honestly, this is a solid team. This can compete anywhere. And we picked 7th, and what were we ranked?
Oh, wait, hang on. My team. Here we go.
Yeah, we're right there.
Yeah. Then I don't know who got first then.
Okay. Well, it went Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Ezekiel Elliott, Devontae Adams, Nick Chubb, and then, of course, our boy Travis Kelce, Saquon Barkley, Aaron Jones, CEH, DK Metcalf, Hopkins, Ridley. Overall, I think it was a solid draft. I can't believe they only gave us a B minus for that. I think we did better than that.
Does it go by the colors when you had it on the other screen, like they rate it's a bad pick?
No, that's just what position they play.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay.
That's what the blue is tight end, the yellow is wide
Okay.
receiver, I believe red is quarterback, and then green obviously is running back. So yeah, fantasy football is coming up. Everybody has a different strategy. This was our strategy today. If you were picking number 7 in a 10-man league, that's exactly what my team would look like. Are you happy with it, Easy? Or I know you were kind of fighting some of those.
No, I think I'm straight. The only one I don't know about ETN as early as we took him, but that's it. Well, are we doing a Woodward Sports one, by the way?
Yeah, we should. We did last year. We'll do one again. The reason I like ETN there is look
Yeah.
at what James Robinson did last year in that position, over 1,000 yards rushing, and they're like, nah, we're going to bring in a new guy to feature you. It's a new offense with Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
He likes to get the running backs in motion. He likes to get them out in space. He loves to use them over the middle. So I think that offense
And you
is
got
going
to
to
think
click
too
with
with
them.
Jacksonville, with Trevor Lawrence, and it's the easier, right? It's like we're going to be here with Goff here. You got to keep Lawrence protected, like you got to keep Goff, and you're going to use Swift, and you're going to use ETN sort of as more of a safety valve. As
They traded up in the first round to get him, so they're going to use him.
So I found the guy with the 100 rating. The guy with the
found it?
100 rating had
Let's see
the
his team.
first overall pick, and he's the one on the very left.
Just read them to us.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Joe Mixon, Robert Woods, Josh Allen, Deontay Johnson, Logan Thomas, T. Higgins, Steelers defense, and who's their kicker? Justin Tucker.
I like that Logan Thomas pick. He was a sleeper top 10 tight end last year. But, yeah, I'll take our team. We were picking 7th, man. We're not going to get the cream of the crop.
By the way, 82 is an A in Canada, so we get an A.
Absolutely love it, and good luck on all your fantasy drafts that are coming up. Make sure you do some mock drafts. They're tons of fun, even if you're doing with your boys too, because at least it creates conversation.
Yeah,
and
I want to do that.
when they pop up, you can start thinking like, oh, well, I remember when we were discussing this. Easy said this, and it made a lot of sense. So,
wait, that's a.
it was an example. It's not a factual thing.
Example of
yes.
what? Of
Easy
hell
making
freezing
sense.
over? Huh?
Yeah.
Easy and a good idea.
Coming up next on The Hook, we will do Rapid Fire. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, Rapid Fire is next. We're going to be talking about Patrick Mahomes, Michael Thomas, and a couple more things right here on The Hook.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey, Drake Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, mate. Oh, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Swore that
You know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 five-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
Welcome back to The Hook, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live streaming across all of our platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and of course, live on our app, which you can download today for free in your Google Play or Apple stores. All you gotta do, search Woodward Sports, and it'll pop up right there. Free for download. Get it in your phone today. So, Alex, when you put this together, rapid fire, Monday headlines, you just want me to list these off and we go?
It doesn't have to be like really fast. It was just like, here's 3 topics. Let's cover them all in like the one segment. Just, 2 minutes on each. Doesn't have to be too in depth, but
all right, let's get it. Patrick Mahomes says not scoring in the Super Bowl will, quote, haunt him forever, ever.
Forever, ever?
For us to get out there and not be able to get in the end zone at all, it's something that will kind of haunt me for the rest of my career. True or false? DMac, do you think that will haunt him for the rest of his career?
Yes. Like, not haunt, but motivate. Like, there's a different thing that when an athlete of his stature says it'll haunt you, it'll never leave, and it'll be a motivating factor. He knows he can't change it.
Right.
But the fact it's sort of like us losing in 95 to Jersey, and Drape's in the crease looking at me and saying, we can never let this happen again. And he's saying, yeah, I know. When you get back there the second time, you know how imperative it is. So when he gets back again, you know that the mistakes that they made last time, I wouldn't expect them to make them again.
What do you think, Easy? Does it haunt him?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm going with side for sure with the guy who's been in finals games and lost.
Well, there is some hope for you. There is some hope for you, buddy. Baby steps. Baby steps. But good. But it's got to. But that, to the point, that's what a guy that you pay $450 million, $500 million to is supposed to be. You want him haunted. You want your guy that you would expect that all these guys be haunted. If it didn't haunt them, and haunt might not be the proper word,
right?
Like, because it doesn't scare him, but it motivates, and it's going to be in the back when he doesn't want to do that extra rep in practice, or when it's too hot that day. Oh, he's going to remember that, because that's what makes the best the best.
Well, I think it'll definitely haunt him, because when we talk about Patrick Mahomes, if he would have won that game, it would have already been an established legacy. 2 Super Bowl wins, 1 over Tom Brady, kind of shutting the door on the Tom Brady legacy, and he would have been the man that everybody put just on this pedestal way up top. And I think if they never get back to a Super Bowl or they never win another one, people will point back to that moment and be like, yeah, he got one, but then the second time he was there, they didn't even score a touchdown.
Or when they point back to why he wins the next one, they point back to him being haunted and not letting it happen again.
Well, if it ever comes to like a Jordan LeBron thing, he's in a situation where he faced Jordan, and he lost.
And he lost. Not only did he lose, he didn't score a touchdown.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Like, if it would have been like a 35-42 shootout, it's different because he played his ass off.
Maz ain't here, but I'll be Maz.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but he didn't have an offensive line. They were all hurt.
That's a great Maz
part's
impression.
Still kind of true, but yeah.
It could be true or not. You still go out there and play the damn game. That's why you build a team.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. One next man up mentality is the way it's supposed to be. So, yeah, I think it's going to haunt him. I think it already does. Like, it hasn't tarnished his legacy, but if he would have won that, his legacy would have been through the roof.
He would have, put himself on another stratosphere.
It haunts him right now by, no question, but 2-3 years from now, for when he has 1 or 2 more Super Bowl rings, it won't bother him.
But that's not guaranteed, man. Getting back to a Super Bowl is never guaranteed.
It bothers the guy with 4 of them.
That's the truth. I mean, that's the scariest part. We lost in 95, and a lot of us are young. It's like, man, it's our second year, whatever. Well, we'll get back. We'll do it. And then when you set the league record and you lose the conference finals and you realize to Colorado and you realize that's the scariest moment in my career, because it's like, oh my God, we may never get back again. So when you make sure you get back, that's why it's sports. It teaches you. Sometimes in hockey more so, you have to learn how to win to be able to get there, and a lot of it's when you're ready, and that's why.
How many cups did you win again, DMac? I forgot.
I have 4 cups. What'd you say?
I said, how many cups do you have?
Oh, I have 4.
Okay, just checking. Yep.
Yeah.
So you don't have 3?
Not 3. I got the number between 3 and 5.
For some reason, I thought it was 5. I just wanted to double check.
You know what it is? I should, if I'm doing Tom Mazza way, then we lost in 7 and 09, and then I retired and lost, so I played in 6.
Still pretty good.
4 and 2, 66%. I shared.
Do the losses hurt more than the wins give you pleasure? Because that's something you hear from a lot of competitors. It's like, listen.
To honestly see the having 4, well, the win in 97 made up for losing in 95, right? All the rest of them made it okay with going out for me.
So it made up for it.
It's sort of the acceptance of sharing. right? You know what I'm saying? We don't like to do it, but if in the whole scheme of things, the way it worked out, perfect.
No, that's awesome, and you got the 4. That's that's something that's amazing, and you get to live with
Tell
the rest of your
everybody
life.
every day, right, Alex?
Bling,
He just walks in.
That's the number 4 in his Twitter handle is the number
Darren
of cups.
McCarty 4. What?
Why didn't I think of that? That makes a lot of sense.
I finally know.
All right, next topic on Rapid Fire is Michael Thomas calling out the Saints in latest cryptic message. And let's take a look at this. They tried to damage your reputation. You saved theirs by not telling your side of the story.
This could be from
That's
a
not
song.
cryptic.
Yeah, that's pretty blatant.
Flat out. Is that I got dirt, and you know what? And here's the thing. It's 2021. Talk about it all the time. It will come out. Might not be tomorrow. Might not be next year. But it'll eventually come out of whatever he's trying to talk about. But I don't see any subtlety in that at all.
Do you know what he's referring to, Alex? Where did you pull that? What was it in context to?
I just saw that it was an Instagram story, and a lot of people were, apparently because there's beef between Michael Thomas and the Saints. Apparently, there's reports that the first 2-3 months of the offseason that he wouldn't take any of their calls, and he wasn't happy with his contract situation or something like that.
Well, listen, as we've seen with Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans, once the team stops protecting you, and once you start that battle, it's not good for the player. It doesn't work out well for the player. So I don't think that's cryptic. I think he was literally calling him out. Next topic.
Will you take him with the Lions?
What?
Will you take Michael Thomas to the Lions?
He's just so injured all the time now.
Yes. He's kind of like a snooty, he's always in the news.
He's a former Ohio State player.
There's a great point. This is a great point by Uzi, right? Where I would just not even.
Too much of a diva?
No. Here's the thing. But you got Dan Campbell, who knows what the real Michael Thomas is more than the coach of your team that came from there, or the guys in your Aaron Glenn, or all these guys. So if he did show up, to me, that would say that an invested Michael Thomas that they know isn't what we see or is reported on. So you always have to go to wait and see. Wait and see. # Wiser Plan.
I feel like Drew Brees kind of made him too. I feel like he's a little bit overhyped.
We'll find out this year. I mean, they're struggling to even name a quarterback down there, so I don't know. They need one, and it ain't going to be Drew Brees walking back through those doors. So you got Jameis Winston, or you got our boy Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Take your pick. All right, Miami quarterback De'Aaron King signs an NIL deal with the Florida Panthers. So,
according to the Florida Panthers press release, as part of an endorsement, King will appear at Panthers games and events and work closely with the Panthers' digital and social media teams to produce content to engage fan bases across South Florida. It also says King will work with the Panthers to develop a merchandise collection, co-branded art, and his own exclusive BB&T Center concession menu item, which will be available at all Panthers home games.
There it is. There's a start.
Yeah, what this screams to me is this guy has a huge social media following.
That's what it is. You tell me what this is all about, Stick, because that's what it is. It's about this is how you're going to get. And first in, when you figure it out with this NIL before they put restrictions on it or whatever they do, this is good business.
Yeah, he's got 41,000 on Instagram, and we'll look up Twitter and all that. But that's what's going to happen, and this is what Joey was talking about. You don't have to be the starting quarterback, but if you have created enough social buzz around you, you're going to start getting paid.
Well, this
in
is
college.
a brilliant thing for a lot of the individual sport athletes or some of the sports other than basketball or football or the people are dialed into. All these people that have made, maybe there's a swimmer or a cyclist or, different things like that. You can create your own brand. So that's awesome, and people can support you. I mean, I know that we had a Grind Family Golf outing there on Friday, and there was a couple of the young girls that were there as part of they had gone to Michigan State and had gone to Alabama, and they're part of a program of all these young pros trying to make it, but giving back, to younger girls. So to be able to support people putting it back into. I know the Walled Lake High School girls team was out there supporting us.
Nice.
And we were able to, through the 50-50 raise $1,200 for them to help their golf team and stuff.
Good.
So and they did all the work. I mean, here's the one thing is they asked to do the work, and I love the motivation of the younger kids and to give it back into the community and people that around here to give back. So there's this might let us know all these kids that we should have known that have been around us, but because they don't play football or basketball, you wouldn't know who their name is.
Well, let's talk about your golf outing. And you had a big weekend at DMac's golf outing, and we will do that next on The Hook. He's got some good stories from the weekend. Stick around. Ever since Corey's been wearing this LeBron James jersey around the network, it's been falling down a lot. And really, that's it. Dan Campbell is going to be the man for the Lions. Don't you agree, Corey? I didn't even touch you.
To win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time?
Then watch as we turn this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
Watch the Call Sam Chopper Shop on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Welcome back to The Hook, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this afternoon, doing a fantasy football draft with us, talking about Calvin Johnson getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. And now it's time to talk about DMac's weekend in review. How did it go this weekend, DMac?
Well, this weekend was really good. It started off on Friday at the Links of Novi. Alex, sorry, but yeah, there it is, Darren McCarty Charity Golf Outing. Launched our new line, McCarty Golf.
Nice.
So along the lines with, and it's actually McCarty everything. So the McCarty Golf is hit it, find it, roll it. And so in accordance, like to keep the symmetry up with Pink Cannon, with the brand, and what everybody's going. But can't thank You Baked, Pain Free Life Centers, the Links of Novi, that whole crew. So we had 59 foursomes and through 27 holes. Yeah, it was
it's packed.
It was great. Timmy was out there, Broadwell was out there. Went Saturday, if anybody knows. So that was Friday. We were able to raise some money, and there's a picture if you go on Real Darren McCarty on Instagram or Facebook where you'll see. I love this picture. It's of. You can't see me in the picture, which is perfect because of all the people that are supporting. So over the year, right there, you might recognize that guy if you've heard of Spittin' Chicklets.
Oh yeah,
that's Biz Nasty, Paul Bissonette. So the Barstool Spittin' Chicklets guys with the Rear Admiral and Ryan Whitney, who's got the pink Whitney, they were in town down at Greektown for Hockey Fest, which was a great, people all in. And there's the Rear Admiral, and if you see the shirt that he's wearing,
that's awesome.
He's wearing the turtle shirt. So Brian, they call it RA, dude, he was a beauty. Those guys got in, but just to have everybody come in from all over the country to be involved in this, and the Hockey Fest are taking a while. So to Brad Jones and his crew, that they pretty much pop up, but it's a pop up, and people that love hockey and stuff like that. And then
yeah, the guys that do our MI Puck Drop here, our hockey podcast on Woodward Sports, Everett is the guy. That's one of the guys, and he was a goalie in that over the weekend.
I love it.
Yeah,
love it. But it was just what a great time, and so in the heart of Detroit, right in the parking lot where usually be not this year, but usually tailgate
right.
for the games, but the way that it was put together, it was great. So I love those guys and what they're doing. And we were talking, so we're going to incorporate some hockey stuff with the guys who love to Spittin' Chicklets. They're a bunch of clowns. Like I was telling Easy, if there's one person in this world that is as close to me as you can get, because I say Easy goes, one of the coolest, craziest guys I know is Biz Nasty, dude. He loves the people as much as I do.
Awesome.
And all their success, and the thing I respect and have watched him is because he's the first hockey player that ever really grasped social media.
Yeah.
And for that, he's got 500,000 followers, but what he's been able to build it's built on genuine. So it's, the same, these are the guys that are out there doing, we started the show talking about Calvin and stuff like that. Well, to me, it's the guys that are doing it and trying to get out there and helping the people in different ways by bringing them all together. So that was cool. That I ended up yesterday in Marine City. They had their which was a great time. They had their festival there, and the XICW was wrestling, so I got in there and mixed it up a little bit with my boy Jamie Cox. So I had to throw another DMac stoner on somebody. So
nice.
No pictures or videos from that one?
No, we're getting there. But August 26th, bro. That's where I'm making my ring debut down in IWR in Monroe. So we'll talk about that more. But
hell yeah,
hey,
you got to bring Easy out.
Have
Easy's
the
gotta
fun.
feel like your
Wait till
home
I
man.
see the promo. Wait till you see the promo I cut on this chin strap Jesus kid that I'm fighting. So I'll have to give you guys some of that.
Chin strap Jesus.
Well, I call him jockstrap Cletus, but anyways, it's a lot of fun. So that's pretty much what with my weekend, and I'm putting together. Obviously, you're like, where's all the pictures and all that stuff? Well, obviously, the microphone's mine. The pictures are coming. Stay tuned to Big D Energy with George Bell, Neil Rule, myself, starting on Thursday, and we'll be having some upgrades on just what went down. It was such a great time. I can't thank everybody enough. And like I say, I'm a battery, you're my power, and that day's for me to enjoy. This is for me to sit there, and what's the most important part, Stick, is I sat, if you know Links and Novi, where everything crosses, but I was able to sit there and just take pictures, not play golf, but just to say hi and to everybody, from the military guys to the people that have supported me that, you know, forever, to the new supporters, to the young, to the old. So I can't thank enough, and we'll continue and look forward to the 4th annual next year.
Yeah, I had a bunch of friends out there, and all of them text me pictures with you. Like, I'm at DMac. I'm like, awesome. That's great.
That's for me on Saturday.
That's important to me, that everybody I meet, like everybody who shows me support, I see it back. It's like Calvin says, right? He's talking to people in pain or whatever. Like, he feels you. He sees you. Trust me. That's how big it is. So, you know, it's just an extension. Like I said, everybody there, part of the family now, and I appreciate it for everything we do. And it's as we grow here. This is the Woodward Sports, and whatever it is, you look at the, you know, the transitions or the growth and everything else with everybody in here. You know, Easy's a prime example.
Hell yeah.
It's you know, whereas time where it's like you need specific utensils, but sometimes you need switchblades at different times, and it's all about building to the process, and it's as much a part of the people here as the people out there. So,
what city is that on the 21st?
Monroe, baby.
I'm because we do the Isaac Eats on Saturdays. We have to find out a restaurant out there, so we watch DMac wrestle, do a whole little.
It's a Thursday though.
Thursday, okay. Oh, I thought you said the 21st.
Well, if we could all make it, man, we're all going to be there to support you.
Didn't I say
that's
the 21st?
For sure.
I thought it was a Thursday.
I thought you said 26 or something like that.
Yeah,
21st is a Saturday. That's the Dream Cruise,
26th.
baby. We're going to be right
26?
here at Woodward Sports doing Dream Cruise stuff right behind DMac on Woodward.
Yeah,
so
26.
that's going to be awesome. So that was your weekend recap.
My weekend recap.
Can you pull up the video that I sent in earlier with Justin at the pool party?
Oh, please.
It's in the downloads from earlier, because we went to Joey's bachelor party this weekend.
Screw all the shit that I do. I mean, I didn't do a bachelor party, but I heard Justin, our boy Justin, who is the graphics guru and all the commercials and everything behind the scenes. So you said,
make sure you turn the sound off, though, because there's licensed music and we're not allowed to use it. But here was just a little glimpse of Justin at the pool party. And there's Joey talking to some honeys. There's some other chicks. Joey was doing that like little hip dance all weekend long. And there's just overall.
Somebody needs some sunscreen.
Yeah, Justin. The best part about Justin, show Justin right at the beginning again. The best part about this, see how red his chest is? Random girls would just...
Look at, but his V-neck.
Yes.
Dude, it's classic V-neck.
How'd that happen?
It's like the
inverse.
sunglasses.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, but all these chicks would randomly walk up to Justin and just start putting lotion on him. There you go. Zoom in on that face, baby. That is the face of a man having a great time in Scottsdale, Arizona. But overall, Joey, such a great guy, and he's Joey. He's not going to act a fool at his bachelor party. He understands that's for the rest of us. Joey, honorable man, and there he is. There's Justin right there. You're
just
good.
so confused.
Right off the tennis course. Just got beat by Nokovic, and he's come out to celebrate with you guys.
Yeah, we were telling people, this is a famous tennis player, and, people would believe him because we're sitting in the booth, protecting him.
Yeah.
And, Justin played along, shh, guys, quit telling everybody. And it was just a fun weekend had by all. So congratulations to Joey.
I was so confused because you got the farmer's tan where you're white underneath your shirt. With Justin, it was the exact opposite. He's only red where you should have been covered.
I don't know. I don't know how to describe Justin. All
What
I know,
the fuck is going? What
all I know
happened?
is he's an amazing
I'm so
guy,
confused.
and we had a great time this
awesome.
weekend.
Where was that? Which one of the Las Vegas establishments?
That was Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, that was Scottsdale.
That was the Maya at Scottsdale,
Oh,
Arizona.
nice.
Yeah, and it was a good time. I was only down there for like 24 hours. I had to fly there, fly back, just because, the homie's getting married. You got to show up for him.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That's what makes stick stick.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to The Hook today. DMac, your last Hook show. Thank you very much. You're moving to 11 to 1. It's going to be a great show. You, Joik Bell, and Neil Rule. You ready for it on Thursday?
I am. We're going to bring some big D energy for sure. And if you're not sure what that is, the D stands for Detroit, I think.
Yep.
And we will bring the energy both Joik and I brought on the field and the ice rink, and Neil brings behind the microphone every time. And I look forward to just a different adventure. I can't say thank you to everybody who's worked on the Hook, to Maz and to Pilar. It's been a lot of fun, and just like anything else, it's evolution.
Yep.
So it's been a great to all the listeners out there to start something new and to be able to do it for 5 and 6 months and have fun with it. You guys are a big part of this. So
And to Alex.
That's it.
And to Alex.
And to a
Oh, I
big
gotta
thank you to Alex.
again.
You didn't thank me at all.
Hey, this is like friggin'. I thanked you earlier. Did I not? By name, I can. If you rewatch the show at the beginning when I introduced it, I said thank you, Alex and Fish and Andrew and everybody associated with it.
Yeah.
But thanks to Alex.
You're welcome.
Make sure we thank Alex Mazaway. The youngest of the Mazaways. Let me thank
geez.
Alex. Without this, it wouldn't be possible. Tom Mazaway's youngest, Alex.
By the way, speaking of Alex, you went to Milwaukee over the weekend. How was it?
We don't got time for that.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
got that.
Okay.
But
It was
we'll
fun,
talk
though.
about that
Who
tomorrow.
cares?
We'll
What?
talk about that tomorrow, Alex. But yeah, DMac will be on 11 to 1 with Big D Energy. And then, of course, starting Thursday as well, we have the Bottom Line with Ryan Armani and Braylon Edwards. That'll be on 2 to 4. And then we got a gambling show coming, and we got a couple other things that you guys will absolutely love right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you for being a part of our journey, and enjoy the rest of your Monday.
Deuces.